no. I know what you're being pissy about. It's just the fucking show's ability.
You can exchange your credits with me.
Anyway. Cherry was obsessed with Kyla. Holy shit. Destiny, do you ever think there's a line between like people who actually hate you this much for no reason versus it's going to get them views before, therefore clicks and money? I don't think that this is a clicks or money motivated thing. I think a really damaging thing right now is that this is plugged into political stuff, and it's made all of this also like 10 times more cancerous. There really was like a fucking Infinity Stone gathering of things to make this work. You've got Pixie, like the ultra progressive girl who secretly like wants to have a hoe phase and then publicly defends like OnlyFans, but like is also super insecure about their sexuality. Ultra progressive girl who secretly like.
Don't forget to exchange your credits here.
This fib can be changed.
No!
Let me know if you need anything else.
I find no joy in that. Maybe a little.
Like, that was like a perfect storm of shit. You've got Lauren De Laguna, who I guess just wasn't popular enough for her crazy shit to follow her, and I didn't catch it until too late. I didn't realize like all the insane fucking shit in this woman's past and now present and definitely her future. Who ends up being best friends with Pixie. You've got the fucking Gisticle and all these people who are trying to date or be with people that have been on my stream before, despite them not. Never mind, that's a whole other weird thing that these guys do. And then you've got like the whole political climate today where like the far left all have like mobilized these communities against people like Ethan Klein. So you got like your whole snarker server shit and everything and all of that stuff. Like all of this stuff was just the Infinity Stone gauntlet of just insanely crazy, stupid shit. Oh, you've got the solo guy who's a Queeman fan. He was active in Queeman's Discord. Justical and everybody knows this, but they like to pretend he was a DGGer because he watched me beforehand. Obviously, if anybody watches any of these people, you're gonna watch my stuff. And you probably the biggest haters are usually old ex-fans, but the solo dude was a Queeman fucking fan, and he was the one that was honeypotting me on that account and was leaking everything. It was just like the perfect storm of so many different crazy things where like everything amps up the thing to the next level. They say he wasn't a Queeman fan, but just that he went to his Discord to leak. No, that's not true. He had messages in there, but he deleted them all, and Queeman never saved any of them, for obvious reasons. Maybe I'm off, but it seems like politics is just an excuse for these obsessive people to tell themselves they're doing the morally right thing. I don't know how much that plugs into it, or if it's like a more personal thing. I mean, like, this is like barely... Like, I don't know how much of this I would call politics. This is like barely political, but it, unfortunately it's being weaponized in real ways that has, I would say, political impacts, but...
The fuck is the other guy?
Please, Queen Joan, Supreme Ruler of Lawyers, please file tonight. Oh, you post an LSF.
Ugh.
If an IDF soldier wants to go buy a dress and wear it, they're allowed, assuming they're uniform. Jesus Christ. How much does this guy fucking argue about me? Was it just 2 days ago? Jesus. 3 days ago? How many posts has he made in 3 days? Holy shit. 12 days ago. Jeez, does he only post about me? Did I reply to this guy? Oh, holy shit, I did. I didn't even fucking realize it. Jesus Christ. What evidence has plaintiff submitted where she failed to follow the federal rules for collecting ESI? I didn't even know this guy was this fucking crazy. Because he's posting this retarded talking point, and I saw it on the thread, and I was like, fuck it, I will reply to this guy. Whatever. These people will copy-paste the same argument across multiple accounts, across multiple threads. User / whiff sniffin replied to your post in r / livestream fail. User the Coca-Cola drinker. Conference number 8535. Oh. Damn, if they find child sex abuse material on his computer before getting this evidence, just think of, and then if they found the sexual abuse saved on his computer before getting all this, just think of, oh, these are two totally different accounts. I wonder if it's the same person. Jesus. Do I even read YouTube chat? Did you just ask that? That Grilled account has been around for years. He was posting since I became a fan, even before Mr. Girl even. We love Wick here. Why are we we're not burning any Wick Bridge. Oh, I love this thing here too. This is what Connor is retarded enough to fall for. Which also means, by Destiny's current logic, which he uses as an excuse to dox and harass people, that Destiny is a sex trafficker because Solo is a DGGer, a logic I personally disagree with. It's not. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Joan Peters, Pixie's lawyer, from the rafters with a steel chair. Jesus Christ. Post some loner box. TGG snark. YouTube drama. This is a mega crazy fucking subreddit. This subreddit has been totally corrupted by weirdo lefties. 93 comments. Destiny / Steven Medals on a doxing rampage, including the minor involved in his court case. Rampage. Oh, this isn't about anything bad at all. Jesus Christ. How? How much time? Can you? This is just one person also. Just one guy. Watch some of this back and forth between Doobie and Wick.
So I just want to clarify why I left your server, right? It's not because I have an issue with you or anything like that, or I feel like I'm being pressured out. I just don't think it's fair to you and the community for all that pressure and all this shit to be happening there because I'm there. So that's why I left. You know, so
Oh, now he's trying to cast himself as the good guy and me as the villain. That's cute.
that's all it is.
The issue I have, right, is I feel like I went to bat for you. I did. I went to bat for you, and Destiny was saying, I'm gonna blacklist anyone with Doobie in the community, and I was like, Doobie's my community member. I'm not gonna ban him, so I'm gonna make a compromise, and I think the compromise was reasonable. And I don't know, you kind of threw some shit at me, man.
You didn't like the
Not
tweet.
okay.
I thought the tweet was funny. I'm sorry, but to be clear, let me express why I thought it was okay to retweet the thing, right? And why
I mean, it's okay to criticize me.
Oh, wait, yeah. Link that retweet.
Absolutely is, but I'm just saying, man, like, doing that after I had risked something for you, it's kind of shitty.
Sure, I can take that criticism. I just thought the meme was funny. So I did it. But just really quick,
Adult child. That's gonna be the thing that lives in my head a lot over the when we do. This will carry over to the politics stuff too. It's the adult child. Oh, I just did it. I don't know. I thought it was funny. LOL. I don't know. I just did it. I could. Oh, this was the meme. Especially after, that is true too. It does kind of suck too because Wick did go to bat for Doobie pretty well against me, I'm very, very scary, right? And very like ready to destroy all these communities and do all this horrible, crazy shit. So that was a really brave thing that it was a really, really brave thing that Wick did. If I'm even half as crazy and terrible as these people say, right? Doobie reposted. See her reply. I gotta get to a more normal part of the internet. I keep saying that, guys, but I don't think you guys understand. There is no more normal like this anymore. Like, this is the era of, like, this type of politics and Trump and everything else. Like, this is what they've greenlit. And then this is what, until something changes, like, what all of our politics is going to be.
maybe I can express. I'm sure you've heard this all day yesterday, right? But express why I think people might still have criticisms of you, even if you went to bat for me. Maybe I can just explain that if you'd like.
Go ahead, we're waiting. So
Okay.
Why not?
So
my issue is no one's giving me charity on this, and it's funny because GGG, I see you guys were kind of mean to me too, just asking for a fucking compromise. But yeah, my community was like, you sell out, you dick suck, and all these things. I think I have been very reasonable. I think I have been very.
Why do you say you'll cut off everybody who associates with a certain person? Because I have not met any other person, maybe a couple in my life, who have the mental Fort Knox, okay, that I do. The problem is that every single person, if they try to associate with these other people, over time, they will always get mind destroyed. Every single time. You saw what happened with Connor, who, of all the online people, is kind of, I think, maybe even pathetic as it is to say, aside from maybe Kyla, it was probably one of my closer, like, if whatever is a friend in this arena, you know, like friend person. We had personal conversations. I think I knew about his divorce thing a few months before it happened, or maybe a month or two before it happened, online or whatever. We, you know, drove, it's like a 2-hour drive to go up and pick him up and go shooting, and we've done, like, a ton of stuff. And for that person to just immediately start, like, rattling off the most insane fucking things about me, and it's like, okay, this is fun. Like, if I have... And then it's also, the thing that also is so damaging, right? I complain about this with Nazis, like, everything ties together, okay? I complain about this with debating Nazis and centrists. I complain about today with the Joe Rogans and everything. If it was me against Gisticle and Doobie and Queeman and all these weirdo fucking people, that's fine. It is so much harder, though, when you have the moderates in between you who are claiming that they are adhering to some lofty principles of, like, free speech and equal opportunity or whatever, when both sides of this are not playing even remotely the same. Because that middle person always gives the illusion that it's so much more even on both sides than it actually is, and it is so unbelievably damaging. So I'd rather just not have any association, because if they're just like an enemy, then fine, you know? Like, if Doobie, Gisticle, and all these people, and Connor are all on the same team, oh, fine, they're all fucking snarkers. But when it's like a person in the middle, it's like, well, I'm this guy's friend, and I'm doing what I can do that I know is the best thing for him, and blah, blah, blah. Well, now I look like a fucking unhinged maniac. Fuck me. Now you make me look fucking insane, you know? I don't think that these people are bad, to be clear. I don't even think that Connor is, like, a bad person. I think that he's just been mind-fucked by seeing a lot of these same things over and 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 over again. Because it's very, very hard to keep yourself from falling into it if you see it. I feel like I said that... I feel like I said that to you guys when the big anti-Hassan stuff started... Fuck, when was this? It was like, I think it was a couple months ago. I think I, like, retweeted, like, 2 or 3 anti-Hassan things because he was starting to pick up traction. And, like, in one night, my whole algorithm was like, fuck Hassan. And I'm like, damn, I feel like the whole world hates him now. But, like, I understand that this is the algorithm that I've picked up now and it could lead you to think. But, like, if I was just, like, a random person, I'd be like, holy shit, Hassan fucked his whole life up in literally one day because every single motherfucker on the planet hates him. This is awesome. And that would be it. Like, it's just very, very hard to protect from these types of things. And then when you start to add on financial incentives, and then when you start to add on community incentives, and then when you start to add on, like, real dangerous stuff, right? Connor can bridge burn with me with no consequence, right? Aside from, like, I won't be on the streams or whatever, right? But, like, nothing's going to happen to Connor. And he knows that. All these people know that. Nothing bad is going to happen to you if we bridge burn. Nothing ever has happened bad that's not self-inflicted, right? Meanwhile, if Connor were to bridge burn with me, or I'm sorry, would have bridge burn with like Doobie or those guys, you're putting yourself in the crosshairs now. Like that's a scary position to be in. Hot just said it. I don't want to call all the names, but like I'm pretty sure it's been at least 5 or 10 people over the past couple of weeks who have come out and said something who have been just full doxed because it's like that's what happens. So it's like, yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm going through it. I'm trying to make the best of things. I'm trying to thread the needle. I don't know, man. It feels kind of shitty. So go ahead.
Feels kind of weird,
I
man.
get it. And like I said, if you want to say it was unfair to criticize you in that way or to retweet it, like I get it.
Like it's the child thing. Okay, maybe it was unfair to criticize you in that way. Remember the criticism of Doobie, or I'm sorry, the criticism of Wick by Doobie here. That meme was saying that like you're part of the DGG mind destruction occupation squad. Everything you do is just repeating lines given to you by the DGG narrative. Like that was the joke. And it's because they felt like they were losing control of Wick. I don't have it all right now. Maybe somebody will send it to me. I don't know. But like the lines that were going on all these Discord servers on the side when I was talking to Wick, where all of them were throwing Wick under the bus saying he's sold out. He fucked his whole community just because of Destiny. He's a fucking loser. Just built his Discord server. Everybody was talking about this, right? So Doobie probably felt like retweeting that at the time because the assumption was that Wick was lost to these guys. So he's like, ah, fuck it. Let's just like go all in, you know? That's what was actually happening.
But like maybe I'm just a bit jaded and I'm not going through as directly as you. You just found out you were doxxed. And you know, when I found out, obviously I had no idea. And I told you in DMs when they made that claim that I'd find it for you if you could tell me where it was. I had no fucking idea, and I don't support that.
There's a
Of course, I never
meeting.
support that. So
Yeah, but
maybe
what-
I just wasn't appreciating how fucked things were for you at the time. So yeah.
That's one of the issues I'm having now is I was assured over and over and over again by people who were anti-Destiny or pro-Snark server even that doxing wasn't happening in this Snark server. And I was like, oh,
There's another thing that's so annoying to me. I can't again and again when I have to say things that are just so obvious. When you vouch for somebody or when you vouch for something, you are lending a part of your reputation or credibility to that thing. You're saying, I'm a credible person. I'm recommending my friend for a job interview. I'm recommending that you use this product. I'm telling you that this area is safe. I'm telling you that this food is good. I'm telling you that you'll like this movie. You're trading on your reputation there when you say these things. In no circumstances ever would you ever lend your reputation to a thing and not have any idea what the fuck is happening. That's just a crazy, stupid, obviously stupid thing to do. Desi, do you think the lawsuit ending will hamper them at all in these efforts? The thing that it helps the most on is that right now, if somebody sends a crazy email to like David Packman, this happened with David, and it's happened with other creators. If somebody sends a crazy email, they can open with, this guy is part of an open lawsuit accusing him of all these horrible things. And if you Google it, that's true. This is an open lawsuit. So the burden is on me to explain any of this, which is impossible. Because like, there's like 12 different twists that individually are hard to believe, okay? It's a crazy set of circumstances. But when the court case is over, now the burden shifts to them to explain. So if somebody's like, oh, there's a court case. Like, okay, yeah, but it was dismissed. Now they have to explain, okay, it might have been dismissed, but let me tell you all the reasons why it's not actually, it shouldn't have been dismissed and why he rigged it. And it's like, now that shifts to them to kind of sound schizo, you know?
okay,
Right.
well, I don't know.
So they'll probably
Well-
double down and shit. But outside of this like weirdo, perverted, like Twitch poll space, it's harder for them to have an impact or have any reach once that court case is dismissed.
seen anything. And Destiny and others were saying, yeah, some fucky-wucky shit was going on in there. And I didn't know who to believe because
Like, here's what's happening, right? If I'm saying something is happening and I'm not showing you proof for it, I'm trading on my reputation at that point. I'm saying to you, oh, do you think I'm reputable? I'm staking some of my reputation on telling you that this is happening. And you know what? If I'm wrong on that, and if I can't produce proof, that should hurt my reputation in the future. Like, I don't know. Destiny kind of lies about some shit. I'm not sure about this guy, right? And Doobie wanted to stake his reputation on the other side of it, and then he was wrong. So it's like, what? I mean, like, that should hurt his credibility. It should. I mean, not that any of these people give a fuck, but...
I didn't see any evidence. So then I see evidence, and I didn't, to be clear, the evidence I saw, I don't know where that was from, right? But then
Right.
after I see the evidence, the Snark server puts out a tweet saying, yeah, we had some doxers in our server. There was some doxing that went on that, oops, we missed. I don't know, man. The credibility of Destiny and the people saying it was happening has shot up in my mind, and the credibility
Oh,
of those
nice. Well, that's good. Okay.
people saying it wasn't happening
Pre-watched.
has gone down.
And that's inarguable. You can't argue against that because you did. You staked your reputation on it, and you were completely and totally fucking wrong. And you continued to lie about it after I showed Wick. So Wick is also staking his reputation a bit. I mean, you have to believe, would Wick really lie about a thing I'm showing him firsthand? That'd be kind of crazy. But
Yeah, I totally get that. And I was one of those people telling you that there's no doxing happening in there.
Yep,
right?
that's why that's why I now have questions, right?
And also keep in mind, again, this is why I think that Doobie should be a known person. Doobie is not a random person. Doobie is the owner, and he brags about this constantly, of the largest politics server on Discord. So Doobie was staking his reputation as the owner of the largest politics server on Discord to say that this other server that he was in had no doxing, that they weren't doing that there. Like, that's a crazy claim to make. To hope that I just didn't have proof of it.
And again, I
don't
totally
know.
understand
I
that.
don't know. To be clear, I didn't see your name, but yeah, I'm now.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's unreasonable at all. I think that is reasonable. So, but I can just give you my perspective on that. So like I said, I was added to the server in September. I think around the time it was created. And I didn't check it very much. And I have so when I have checked it,
like for this stuff here, like every argument that he's giving, and I hate how shifty they are. I don't. Maybe Wick calls this out, right? If you don't check it very much, you don't know. Then why would you defend it? Like that's the most obvious thing in the world, right? I feel like I'm at like this is like a deposition, right? And it's like, what do you think that anybody was ever mean to this coworker? Like, if you have no idea, then your lawyer would tell you, hey, just tell him you don't know. You don't want to speculate. I don't know. You wouldn't be like, well, probably not. I don't think so, you know. I really didn't go into the office much, but, like, when I was there, I didn't see anything happening, so, yeah, probably not. Like, no, why would you destroy yourself like that? You're making your character impeachable when now you're in court. Now you look a fucking retard if this actually happened. Why would you say this?
last 8 months or whatever, it just hasn't had that kind of shit. And to clear, when I got this account, I didn't bother to rejoin it because I just never checked the thing anyway. So I rejoined it a couple of days ago when people reminded me of it. And I looked at it, I didn't see any of that stuff. But also they cleared the chat from like May 11th back. So it's possible it's in there. I just have not seen it. And if I had seen it, I would tell you. And I would tell, I don't support that kind of shit at all, ever.
Yeah, I understand.
It's
but
possible
like,
they
this
could
is
have like some
exactly what
secret
you guys
channel.
said before, and then I saw evidence that that was not true, and it's possible. It's
But
very
what, that
possible you
screenshot-
just missed it, but
Yeah, so my understanding is that screenshot was it was Rita is what I think, and it was like last year, and they're saying that that's the only time it happened, and they missed it at the time. And I know I was running a Discord.
Now, if Wick was super on the ball here, what Wick should say is, who told you this, right? Because if you're paying attention here, Doobie's just admitting that people are feeding him lines, right? Well, my understanding is who told you that? Who gave you this? I don't know if they'll ask him or not, but
Discord server, it's possible to miss things. I don't know if it's true that they miss it. It could be that they were just okay with it at the time. But I'm telling you that I didn't see it, and if I'd seen it, I would call it out. And it could be the case that they have like some secret room in there, a secret channel that I don't have access to, or they're just doxing everybody. I just have not seen anything like that. And if I had seen it, I would tell you. I would tell anybody they're doing that to.
okay,
All I can tell you is what I've seen
guess,
and what I
I
would
guess
do.
we'll wait for the rest of the evidence because, like, again, at this point, I just don't trust. I don't trust it. And I'm sorry, but I just don't. Just to
also, fuck. Does anybody remember what did Shelby do to Esports Batman? Does anybody remember why they hate her so much now? Somebody.
to clarify a few things that since Connor's back that I wanted to talk about. And Connor, you are
Sure.
frustrating the fuck out of me because I don't think you're listening, and I want to make sure that you actually understand what's being argued here and what's being talked about.
Okay.
When we're talking about
They all seem to be in all of the doxing servers, and all of them never seem to all of them seem to never see it. Yeah, of course. But this works on people like Connor, right? When, like, because even when like the Nicandros and the Shamu guy get like basically caught directly, they're like, well, just because fuck, what was this stupid fucking argument? Just because you post a doxing tool in a Discord and you're trying to find somebody's identity and you post the name of the thing that you're trying to dox doesn't mean you've actually doxed the person, because you're not like copy pasting the result. It's like nobody believes this. This is fucking retarded. Okay. Oh, I think a long time ago that Save-A-Sexual guy, because he's a weirdo fucking creeper. I think he posted a picture of himself to argue something about himself, and I think Shell Boner, I think she made fun of him one time in Jessica's Discord server and reposted his picture, and he, you know, obviously now he's screaming like, dox me, dox me, dox me, dox me, dox me, dox me. And it's really funny for all of his kicking up dust and being so fucking mad about me all the time. Esports Batman, I'm pretty sure all Shell did was repost that picture of Saba. He's like, you know, if someone doxes Shelby, I think at this point, she deserves it. Being funny is not an excuse for being a human shitbag. It's kind of like when you see child predators killed in prison, you don't condone it, but you understand why. It's why I said I don't support it, but I'm not going to lie and say it wouldn't be without reason. Like, all of these guys talk like this. And Connor would see this and go, guys, we need to talk about the difference between descriptive and prescriptive. We need to talk about the difference between a descriptive statement and a prescriptive. And it's like, oh my God. But, yeah. And this is Esports Batman, one of the people who cries the most about all this shit.
The accusation that Doobie was justifying A-logging Nathan, right? That happened on my stream, right? We had a gentleman call in by the name of Gawk, and Gawk decided to he had made a tweet that he was going to log every single thing Nathan said and keep it on hand, and anytime Nathan would try to get a job in the future, he would send that information to his employers and potential employers and keep him from getting a job till he was like 30 or some shit. It was fucked up and it was gross, and when asked why, like, hey Gawk, why do you think this is okay? He's like, well, Destiny's a bad person and he deserves to be punished, so we're going to target his child. Directly after that conversation, Doobie does come in to, in my opinion, and Doobie will probably disagree with my characterization, but run a soft defense for that. Saying things like, well, I don't personally agree, but I can understand why someone might do such a thing. And this kind of language and this kind of discussion does kind of give a soft defense for that kind of behavior in a way that kind of washes your hands, right? Like saying, well, I never do it, but you know, I get it. I can kind of understand. And it's the problem with it is, yeah, that could be an actual argument and fair enough, but in the context of all that's going on, in the context of Doobie's hate for Destiny, it does take on a different connotation.
True.
Not?
Sure. But allow me to articulate something.
Go ahead.
I don't believe this. I am articulating this because I'm trying to understand
Oh my God.
my rivals and enemies. Okay?
I'm going to get triggered, aren't I?
What my rivals and enemies have articulated to me in the past is that they do not like me associating with
A
Steven.
fucking word, wait.
Because they believe that
Articulate,
Steven uses clout, money, power, and influence in order to attract mentally ill women, engage with them in promiscuous behavior, and then use his platform to harass them off of being interested in him whenever they become inconvenient to his life.
Like, this might even be further than the Mr. Girl theory about me. Like, can we get some examples, please? Maybe beyond the Anna Var one, because I don't think anybody even fucking remembers the details, apparently, from that anymore. Because the different stories I hear about this is fucking crazy. What? Who are all these girls that we're talking about? What the fuck are we talking about? Why would I ever do like a media blackout on Anna Var if I just wanted to harass these people, you know, into perpetuity? Get some examples, like, please? Maybe beyond the Anna Var one, because I don't think anybody remembers the details, apparently.
What's that?
Do you agree with that characterization? Do you think that
No, I think he engages with mentally ill women, but mentally ill women still have agency. So
No,
I don't have like this white knight complex where
That's a crazy singular point to disagree on. Thanks, buddy.
I think just because a woman is crazy, she doesn't have any capacity for culpability or thought. But hold on,
Can
hold
I
on.
also
That's
just
just the
ask
beginning.
how this is addressing the issue that we are talking
Sure,
about?
I'll get. Please indulge me. Just another 30 seconds. So basically, in this scenario, you would believe, and they've articulated that he is a digital rapist.
You
I do not agree with this characterization.
They
But in their
articulated.
worldview, they believe Steven
They
is a uniquely
articulated to
Machiavellian
me.
and evil character who is using power to gain sexual access and then emotionally abuse women, and he will not stop until he is fucked over by his own behavior. And so once again,
And he
I do not
has
have this perspective.
articulated.
But if you believed this to be true, would it not be a moral good to destroy this person's career?
Like, why are we even
Articulate.
doing this argument? Like, yeah, but like I could like you could literally justify any action if you're gonna assume any facts, you know, not in evidence, right? Like, what if you really did believe that you were in the Matrix and Connor was about to turn into Agent Smith? Wait, I guess, yeah.
He has
It might, but we aren't talking about that.
Yes, we
Talking
are.
about going after
J-Stock and fucking
He
Queen's
has
motivation and the community's motivation
articulated.
is that Destiny is a uniquely evil character.
Sure, that's another argument that we aren't talking about right now.
Articulated.
Okay, well, let me just ask you. If I thought that you were an evil Machiavellian
Oh,
rapist
good job. Yeah.
who was bringing on e-girls to rape them and then bully
An
them on the internet, would it be
articulator.
justified to go after your child?
I don't think so.
Okay,
But they do.
Right, that's what was happening, though, right? We don't have to go hypothetical. That's
But
what
they
this man was
do.
doing.
They
Right?
do think that. I don't think that. They
I
think
don't.
that.
Okay, I don't care if they think that. They're just obviously wrong.
How so?
If I were to,
So now you have to prove the negative? You need to prove the negative.
Few hours
Otherwise, I can just
later.
stand that these people are trying to destroy my life and the life of every single person around me and justify why they can log my child
Must
and
be
then harass him in the future when
Brian.
he's an adult.
I hope.
to kill someone's child, it is not justice for someone to kill my child.
Adam head
Fine,
up.
that is by no
Time
Christian
you
morality.
heard what we're
I think
dealing
that
with.
this is a correct morality. Right?
I
My
agree with
morality
you.
is simply better than theirs.
Weirdly
And I
enough,
do not-
Doobie, don't you
Hey,
agree
I
with Rick?
already got one of those.
Yeah, I said even if they did it to him, I'm sorry, even if he did it to them, I don't think it's justified to do it to him.
Oh my god. How is he such a fucking... How is he such a fleshlight? Jesus.
My
Okay, but-
prescription
So we
is that
all
no one should
agree.
do any of this shit.
We all have Christian morality. We all
you're
agree with
dodging.
tit for tat with
Y'all are
10%
dodging.
and or turning the other cheek.
Y'all are dodging. This is a thing where, like, well,
Was once a
would-
captain.
but their
Correct.
morality-
Oh, wow,
I'm saying no one
Yeah.
should do it.
Well, hold on.
I think
I
no
can
one
get
should
more
do it.
descriptive and I
Back in Garmore. They call me the Gadgeteer Hunter, not just for my hunting. Friend Belugas. One they trusted with. Done no matter. Brand mission. Something was lurking in the mines, tearing through our tunnels. They said it was a monster. On an ancient, a cold snow. Came into the cavern, expecting claw thing. Instead was Mr. Child. Child in the month. Oh, it was a myth. Breath, misting, panic, and the lads didn't hesitate. Saw a threat, raised their weapon. Step between them. Stop the first hammer swing with. Fight was quick, but fell by half. What? Later, I told you. Academy. Then I set off on my own journey. I couldn't return to Morley. Not after what I cave had Adam what? Adamantite. Their stuff. Look what they need. Copper. So they built that facility right under. Stop it. Exactly. Take out the site or we shut down the plans. Good. Guild knows it, that's... See those dynamite plant. One good chain reaction should do the trick. Take some
I can get more descriptive because I think Wick will be able to understand this fairly quickly. So, just because we, as a collective in this voice chat, all agree, doesn't mean that everybody does. So, for instance, there are other moral systems, eye for an eye, and also what I call barbarian retributive violence. So, barbarian retributive violence is exactly what it sounds like. You come over here, and you kill my child. Well, I go to your tribe, and I kill all the men, I enslave all the women, enslave all the children, and I kill your child. That's barbarian retributive violence, and up until 3,000 years ago, that's the way that the world worked. Okay.
And
then the Jews.
Right thing. I get it, right?
Okay. Hold on. I'm almost done, though. I promise.
My frustrations with you, Connor, right now, and Doobie as well.
I mean, my frustration is I wasn't able to articulate eye for an eye, but go ahead.
Do you not think I'm aware of what the argument for eye for an eye is?
No, you might be, but you're kind of saying that, like, nobody can have eye for an eye morality, but Stephen himself engages in eye for an eye and arguably barbarian retributive violence.
Like, nothing has happened to any of my ops. Aside from self-inflicted, like if they burn their own bridges with their other friends, or like Kelly and Justicle's community, like having a falling out with each other, like nothing has happened to any of these people. What are we talking about? Like, this burned the whole fucking forest down. What has been raised?
I do not think how Destiny is acting is entirely appropriate. However, given the evidence that I have seen, and now the knowledge that not only am I a target, but I wouldn't say everyone, but people who I know, people who have come on my show are getting targeted, then I can see where he is correct that these people are behaving badly. And I don't agree necessarily, nor would I respond to it in the same way, but I am more open to what he is doing now. Does that make sense? But he is not, to my knowledge, just real quick, he is not, to my knowledge, and where I would say, okay, I just don't think it's okay to do this, he's not going after anyone's family directly.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
I will address that.
Okay,
give me 1 second, though. If you don't like the way I'm talking about this, fuck off. Okay?
Me?
No, my chat.
Okay, I was like...
I like to yap. I like to go into theory. I like to talk about deeper concepts. If you don't like retributive violence, I've been doxxed, but that was bad empanada more than anybody else.
In this group, they have doxxed me, and I don't know if it's this group, but people who have been on my show have told me, and I believe them, because I've seen some evidence of it as well, they have also been doxxed. So, like, it's not just a hypothetical, it's not just a maybe, it's not just a, well, would you think if in this case? No, it's actually happening.
This is why I wanted you to allow me to articulate eye for an eye.
Yeah.
So with eye for an eye, if you poke out my eye, I'm entitled to poke out your eye, or I'm entitled to some kind of compensation that is about the equivalent of my eye. And so Esports Batman has been doxxed, and Esports Batman Sin, as far as I can tell, is providing legal feedback to the tribe that is allegedly engaged in barbarian retributive violence against Destiny. So and here's the thing, that's not eye for an eye. Destiny could have provided aid to somebody who was internet enemies with Esports Batman, and that would have been tit for tat. Or internet enemies have provided aid to somebody who was internet enemies with esports Batman, and that would have been tit for tat.
These guys don't have
Esports
enemies. though.
Batman.
Their enemies are all fictitious and imagined. It's just me. I'm the enemy. There's not like these people are nobody outside of their obsessive harassment of me. It's not like these guys have like reputations or names or anything on the internet. They're just randoms that are all attached to the tumor that is this weird snark shit.
Or he could, I mean, actually, I think that might even be eye for an eye as well. But that's not what he did. He doxed him, which is barbarian retributive violence. So if Steven himself
Oh my god.
is engaged in barbarian retributive violence, and you are viewed as a tribal member of Destiny's tribe, why wouldn't barbarian retributive violence
Also, I love that whole legal. He's just providing legal advice.
be visited upon you? Just logically,
If
descriptively.
we're talking, this is kind of an is-ought thing. Is it going to happen? Well, it is. It is happening. Should it? No. And I'm telling you right now, even if one
When I go full villain now, there's nothing to go full villain on. These guys have nothing. There's nothing you can damage for any of these people. They're just random fucking losers on the internet. There's nothing like the most villainous shit that I could do to these people would be finding a way to put like a fucking Bitcoin harvester on their computer and to burn their GPU out. That would be the burning the village down equivalent.
Doobie, do you disagree
or
with
one
what Wick just
group,
said?
or one tribe, can I finish like this? One tribe, one group, one country is engaged in this kind of warfare. It does not justify engaging in that kind of warfare back. And there is a argument to be had about who fired the first shot here, and that does play into how we should weight these people in their actions. If, as I now believe, the snarkers, I know I'm being very broad with this, because I don't know individual names besides like maybe one or two, right? And so I'm not going to make any kind of sweeping accusations here, right? But the snarkers, as a community, are engaged in this behavior, and they have been coming after Destiny for over a year and doing all the things that he has claimed that they are doing, which again, I'm giving more credibility now than I did a week ago because I've seen direct evidence that he is correct and the other people had been lying to me, or at least grossly negligently mistaken, right? I'm giving best charity to them in that case, right? Then, if he's correct about this, he might be correct about the rest of it as well. And so if that is happening, I'm weighting the morality here different, right? Because he's not going after esports Batman's kid, is he?
Well,
No. Okay. So when people come in and go after his,
he's not going to make the argument of like, well, it's kind of the same thing though.
his child, and then justify even softly going after his child, I think that's fucked up. And
Sure.
I think that Doobie
It is fucked up.
specifically has soft.
Really?
Yeah, but yeah, I was about to say, Doobie, do you even disagree with Wick's opening that descriptively this is going to happen, but prescriptively it is bad?
No. So when you say stop justifying, I'm not justifying. I've said it's not justified. Repeatedly, what I'm saying is that the reality is, given the space we're in, given the way that these kind of streamer communities behave, and given that they're crazy ass super fans of them,
The children, right? This is the children argument, right? This is just will happen. It'll happen. This is just what's going to happen. It'll happen. It'll happen. Destiny needs to stop. This one's going to happen. Otherwise, this will happen. This will happen.
too far. When you encourage doxing of all these people that he's encouraged doxing of, or just outright doxed, like Wicked Supreme, like esports Batman, etc. When you do this, the reality is you're putting everybody around this person at risk. That is a reality. I understand that like expressing that reality makes it seem more.
And it's so funny that he says like this is the reality when the reality is a hypothetical because none of this has happened. None of any of these people or any of the people around them are at risk. Meanwhile, it is the reality on my end. I've shown DMs on screen of random people that I followed on Instagram who are getting fired from their jobs because of harassment of their employers. You've seen Pixie's fucking lawyers printed the fucking name of the victim in my case because they're so fucking sloppy with all their filings about a week ago. That girl got dragged in on the back of all this shit. You've seen them go after there's like a million fucking things, and it's just so funny to hear these fucking retards. And then for Connor, the retard fleshlight to allow these arguments to resonate. It's like, wow, that's true. There's realities and hypothetical damages and everything else. Like every single thing they're saying is the reality. These are hypothetical things that have never happened to any of the people on their side, but they are actually and constantly happening to everybody on my side. It just
more real, but it was always real. This was always the case. This is why. This is why
it doesn't justify it. It does justify it.
No, it doesn't, Wick. What I'm saying, this is why. What this justifies actually is you and Connor and everybody in the space saying this is too far. This is a red line. Everybody, including fucking Destiny, needs to stop, and this needs to be a red line again. That's what I'm saying is justified. That's my prescription actually.
How many times have you ever heard Doobie tell the other side, "Hey, you guys need to chill"?
Is we need to stop everybody involved, whether it's snarker people, Destiny people.
Oh, cute. Sorry, we're reading this for the first time. I haven't seen this before. I was pretty sure. So remember earlier we read that this is also why listen, I love you guys. I appreciate the fact that you guys don't generally like to hear about this shit or you think it's drama because that's the type of community I was trying to fucking move to. But like the most annoying thing is like, well, if you just ignore them, they'll go away. Ha 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 ha. So there's that thing we read earlier from Justigal where he's like, oh, I should put together like a quick paste spin of like all the best hits or whatever so we can send these out to people. Just saw that David Pakman news. Damn. What happened? Oh, he canceled his event with Destiny. Miss Pakman found out. Oh, good one. Haha. Oh, this is back when these guys thought I was going to be fucking charged with crimes. I wonder what the cope would become if he were criminally charged. Meanwhile, these guys have coped and shifted their goalposts so much. How come he pulled out now if you already knew about it before signing up for it? I would love to see what Pakman was originally told about what happened. He must have known Melina, and Melina's statements alone are pretty bad, given the evidence of how widespread this was. So that my guess is that he has something that he put together. This is also why I was so fucking irritated by David Pakman for pulling out, because a few people emailed him retarded fucking shit. And I know it was these guys on this Discord server as well. They did that weird shit with Z too? Yep, they did. That's one of the reasons why they harassed the fuck out of her as well. They post weird and disgusting things about how she looks, and they do all that too because the Unfuck America stuff didn't separate from me enough. So that's, if you ever see weird misogynistic or weird cringe attacks, some of them name themselves after her. If you see like Z, there's a, I don't know which one it is, if it's Stassi or somebody else goes around with like a name that's like making fun of her name or whatever. Imagine he just took accountability and tried to work together with the victims instead of smearing them and further damaging them. Imagine. Funny thing, because I am the largest victim, by the way, of that entire leak. Except for if you consider a part of the leak, I guess technically the young girl would be. But like of all the stacking of victims here, Pixie is like so far at the fucking bottom of the list. Oh, nice. We've got fucking wicked dipshit here. I typed this out earlier, but I deleted it because I thought it was Banal, but yes. Banal? Yes, that's true. True, good one. It's bewildering that Destiny chose defense instead of accountability. And then he chose offense. True, I should have given Pixie
There he
every
is,
dollar
traitor
I've
come
ever made in my
crawling
entire
back.
life. True. What a smart guy. CIA worker or whatever. This fucking retard. His brain got fried when he lost a debate about China and Taiwan to me, and I read like one line on Wikipedia about it, and he was so fucking over his head on it. It was unbelievable to me. I don't know if he lied about his whole fucking background.
It's
after that debate. That
unbelievable.
was crazy. Uh-oh, who's this guy? Like giving Jane $15 million? True.
All back.
Oh, he is the only person who is alleging this. It may be real, but he has not posted actual proof of this being real. And his constant
Oh my
referrals to it are
God.
just deflections. True. Jesus. How old was this? When was the David thing? I don't remember if this was a year ago or... But dude, I'm not exaggerating. It's so much. It's so much.
Well, that is the trick.
Talking. He posted a single paragraph with no indication of it being an official or real document. There are, at minimum, 4 to 8 women who have the same grievance as Pixie. I'm guessing there are more, but I can't really speculate too much. Jesus Christ. I mean, at this point, he's just attacking everyone. Maybe that works in the end. I watched a bit of his review, and he keeps trying to...
Oh my
point out how
God, what
maybe
is
she
happening
should be
right now?
referenced. But her name was referenced in documents weeks ago. I don't know if you're allowed to steal an identity you've already used in public filings.
Fighting.
What do you think Destiny deserves based on what you've observed? The reputation of a sexual predator. Jesus Christ. True.
I don't even know.
Oh wait, is this the person? I don't know who this is. Z white woman near. What is this? Anything? I wonder if we can get the name changed to the Flocking DGG Discord. Just watched the part 2 where Wick was controlled like a puppet. Shocker. Oh yeah, this is an anti-Z thing. As a lifelong Democrat, I didn't know what to make of Charlie Kirk. I've since spent several lunch breaks watching his debates and I don't even know why. Oh, well, never mind. I do know why. It's because if they don't disavow me hard enough, then they start fucking snarking on YouTube. Sex offender. True. I'm going to get arrested any day now. It's nonsensical and only works so long as nobody is informed to point out how he's misleading others. Good job. What do you think he's going to get criminally charged for? Wiretapping is the most likely charge. True. Sharing indecent media with a minor. Trying to transport a minor over state lines. What a cope. How was this a year ago? I don't remember when this was, when David Pakman cancels. But anyway, fuck me, dude.
Everybody needs to stop crossing the red line. Because the reality is we are putting people in danger when we do that kind of shit. So we should not do that kind of shit.
I agree with you, but again, every time Destiny points out that this is what is happening.
These were from May 15th of 2025, last year.
Right? Everyone's like, well, he's doing it too, right?
Yeah, can I respond to that too?
What do you think people hear when you continue to say that?
Okay,
Regardless
so
of whether you intend to communicate or not. What do you think people hear when they continue? When every time anything that is done to Destiny or to me
Can both
or
of
to
you all pause real
diagonal
quick?
movement.
right, is said, right? When you say every time that happens, they're like, well, you know, Destiny did X, Y, and Z. What do
Okay,
people
can
hear?
both of y'all pause real quick just because fucking DGG is not sending their best. They're fucking retarded. Dipshits. And you only count F slurs. Give me a second.
You say
DGG. So, not sending their best. They're fucking retarded. And I need to explain something that I already explained multiple
can't speak
times.
for
Give me a
that.
second. So, no, you fucking F slurs. Wish I could call you F slurs. You're saying unilateral disarmament? No, you dipshits. Counterinsurgency warfare, which means that you properly separate civilians from your enemy and you only kill your enemy. It's literally that fucking simple. And if you want me, I'm not even gonna bother explaining this again because you guys are gonna fucking piss me the fuck off. Rewind 5 hours and watch the content. If you say the words unilateral disarmament in my chat again, perma. Fuck you. You're too stupid for this conversation. Go get Velcro shoes. Call the state. Get a home healthcare worker. Fuck off. Twitch and YouTube politics are not for you.
Actually, this is helpful. You just reminded me of something, Connor. Because you are both Zion Nazis, so maybe this will be more helpful for you guys. So after October 7th, right? I think we all saw crazy shit being said by Israelis, by people who just hated Palestinians, whatever, saying that they're all Hamas, whatever the fuck. And I think in the immediate aftermath, it's reasonable to expect that some people are going to be so emotional, so angry, they're going to say shit they don't mean. They might, and if you're a soldier and you're in Gaza, you might go way out of bounds and do something that you shouldn't. You might kill a child because you're that fucking angry. I think describing that reality is not the same as justifying that reality, which is why the rules are important, which is why we need to make sure the red lines stay the red lines.
In certain contexts, you would be correct, but in the context of what's happening here, I don't think you are. If you are constantly, if you're aware and active in spaces that you know are actively engaged in hunting down anyone who isn't sufficiently anti-Destiny, and then you start making these arguments, that is a different thing than just making these arguments in a more intellectual space without this background.
That's DGG. So what you're doing right now is justifying doxing everybody in DGG.
Who has DGG doxed?
What? Okay. What do you mean?
Okay, I understand that Destiny.
I love how they have to ask that question. Oh, wait, what do you mean? That was a plain English question, motherfucker. He's racking his brain or he's getting talking points right now when he asks a question like that. So it's a delay tactic.
He's admitted it. But
and when he doxed people, you think they've done nothing with that information? Hold on, and not only that.
Hold on, what have they done? You say, do I think they've done nothing with that information? What have they done?
Hold on, didn't someone go to Rouse? Actually, I know. People have said, I can't verify.
He was about to bring up the Ryle Darius going to, I think it was like a neighbor's house or whatever bullshit, and they were acting like he actually went to this dude's house. They're trying to bring that up.
This, of course. Just like Destiny can't verify that people are like swatting his community or whatever. But I
can't verify that I'm getting swatted.
I know people have said they've had their employers called. They've had people throw shit at their house. They've had their family fucked with on Facebook.
Like, give me a fucking break, bro. This is all a fucking lie. Like, who's saying this? Who? Names? Screenshots? Who? Who's actually complaining about this?
People have said this in JSOC's community because Destiny has said that anybody in JSOC server is fair game. Anybody. So when you say shit like this, you're putting all those people at risk. Okay, this is my problem. Right? So when Destiny makes claims like this, do you ask him for evidence that people are going to have to community?
Yeah, thank you. Jesus Christ, thank you.
Provided me
okay.
Oh, I was watching this. I tuned in. I think I remember this part. I tuned it earlier. Oh my God. I think nobody's streaming from this end. We missed this for the most retarded one guy of all of human history.
Do you ask him for evidence that people are going after
Yes,
his community?
yes, and he provided me
okay.
evidence.
Hey, Melcanth. Crazy to think Tiny's kids and wife are fair game. Fucking retarded, Connor. Time to find another Warhammer creator. You're genuinely too stupid for politics. You still haven't understood descriptive versus prescriptive. We've gone over it 3 times. Go find something else to do. You are genuinely too fucking dumb for online politics. Fuck off.
Evidence
I agree.
in 4K with citations and all these sources for anything that goes against your argument, but when anyone says anything that agrees with your argument, you're simply, oh, okay, well, I just believe it. Right?
I agree with that.
That's just not a standard that we should set. So again, I have been provided evidence. Again, I was neutral before on this. I didn't fucking know. I am no longer neutral because I've seen evidence. I asked for evidence. I was provided evidence. So now I'm asking you, can you provide me evidence that anyone in the DGG space has harassed, called the employers of, threw shit at these people's houses, anything? And I will give you the same,
here's what I'm talking about.
I'll do this. I'll give you the same deal I gave Destiny. I will not reveal that evidence. All you have to do is show me personally, and I can say, oh shit, yes, and then I won't share it. I won't show it. I will just stake my honor and reputation and say, oh yes, I saw this, and I can confirm. I think
Okay,
it's
so to be
fair.
clear, okay,
I think that's
okay.
normal.
I'd
Right?
like to respond. So to be clear, what Destiny showed you isn't just evidence of somebody posting that filing thing, right? It was evidence of people being swatted, harassed at home, their employers called, their family members fucked us on Facebook. It was that kind of evidence.
None of this that he's claiming has happened because there's nobody's ever. I don't even think. I think they just started making these claims like a few days ago because they're like, fuck, we gotta like ramp it up, and so now they've just like brought all this shit out. But it's none of this is true.
Hold on. He said that I was doxxed, or people were doxxed, and then he showed me that I was doxxed. That was his claim, and then he backed up his claim. I don't think he claimed that any of us were being swatted, did he?
Yeah, he's claimed that his community was being targeted. Anybody in his community, anybody close to him was being targeted, fucked with in real life. Yeah.
See how Wick asked a clear and concise question there, and how Doobie did it's the self-soothing psychological weak mechanism when you realize you're cornered, and it's like, Destiny didn't say this, did he? Yeah, he did say a completely different thing that wasn't at all what Wick just asked, because he's like, he has to do it's a, what is it called, self-soothing? Because if you just like talk, you feel better about it.
Yes, he has claimed that.
I've been targeted, and he showed me the evidence of me being targeted because they got my docs.
Okay, but Wick, this is why this new like stance you have right now doesn't make any sense, because I can show you right now. Please, let me get there. I can show you right now. Destiny and DGG posting people's docs information. So I tell you, hey, he's docs.
Like, what about all the, you said real life harassment thrown at their house, any of this stuff? Nobody. Nothing. There's nothing. It's all bullshit.
People, his community is docs people. I can show
Yes.
you that. And then hold on, what I'm
already-
asking is when that happens, Wick, will you then switch sides again? Will you then go from like go
Now
back
he's
to
hopping back to the other thing, yeah.
control?
I have seen evidence that Destiny is dox people. What I'm asking now is, has DGG?
Sorry, my wife is talking.
Jay Stock's giving him his orders right now in the DMs.
Unironically,
Furiously typing.
maybe. He's getting the evidence right now for the next own.
I fucking muted in order to tell chatter to go fuck themselves, and now they're bitching about it. But it did result in $100 from Zonia. Love you, Zonia. But if y'all keep bitching about it again, I'll literally fucking mute him again.
Damn.
Sick of this shit. Fucking
damn.
DGG's filled with fucking S-slurs, dude.
Jeez.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back. So if those people who made those claims, right, that they've been fucked with, families been fucked with, if they feel comfortable sending me that information, I will make sure your info scrubbed and show Wick. Okay.
Then
I can verify these
then I
claims.
will confirm that I've been seeing
Yeah.
that information. And there,
I can verify these
then-
claims
yes,
on-
then I can confirm what you were saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
So because I can verify these claims on either side, right? Obviously.
Why would Doobie, Doobie, you're not allowed to say that you verify them. You have no credibility. You've been caught lying multiple times about stuff that now Wick has been, directly presented evidence of. So I don't know why Doobie would just say, well, trust me on this. Why? You've already lied about it in the past.
People who've been fucked with in that way typically don't want to show it, right? Which is totally reasonable.
Oh my
What-
god.
what-
I
my-
want to show you guys the evidence I've been provided.
Totally
I get it,
reasonable.
yes.
It's totally reasonable. So my issue is that I think that the entire environment is fucked, right? And because I think Destiny and others, to be clear, has contributed to making this environment,
I'm the only named person, Doobie. This fucking loser.
people feel way more comfortable openly calling for people to be doxxed, openly doxing people, and doing all this shit for the last fucking over a year now. More of the shit is going to happen, and it needs to stop. This is why we need to pull back the red line. And just really quickly,
Okay, I agree.
wait,
with this.
really
Hold
quick,
on,
please. Oh,
stop,
God.
please.
Go.
I agree with the argument in any other context by any other source, then it would be a fine argument. But the problem is you are making this argument in order to, right, kind of place blame on DGG and Destiny and excuse the blame from the other side. That's what's happening right now. And so when you're saying that this needs to stop, I agree. But in order for it to stop, the people who have instigated this, who I've seen evidence that that's the case, need to stop. And once they stop, then the onus is on Destiny to also stop. And if Destiny does not stop, then I switch sides.
True.
Then I
Yeah,
switch
so wait,
True.
really quick.
but until
True.
that happens,
True.
like this can't. It's like when Russia invaded Ukraine, the war could end if Russia fucking leaves.
Okay,
They could
so
end the
wait.
war
It's
right
a
now.
dead guy.
Okay, so wait, real quick. So my understanding
Okay, another pivot into totally irrelevant shit.
is that the screenshot you were showing was from September. Destiny had already called for me to be doxxed before September. He'd already been saying that anybody in JSO's community is
There we
fair game
go.
before
New one.
September. So
100% he got this talking about, by the way, that they're trying to give him. They're all typing because there's always like 3 or 4 servers active at any point in time that are typing to people that are doing these arguments because all of them are watching. That's why you see them donating in here sometimes. That's why you see them talking in here sometimes. I saw some people arguing about whether or not the girl was 17 or whatever. Like it's always, they've always got all their people like working at this.
So if you're sending your docs after that, right? Your information was posted after that. I think this is maybe a result of him normalizing behavior. Now, to be clear, to be fair to Destiny, he's been doxxed for years. People have been after him for fucking years, from Kiwi farms to other communities, and I think this is a risk you run as a political streamer, of course, right? There's some people who hate what you say so much, they're gonna try to take you down, they're gonna try to attack you. So to be fair to Destiny, it might be difficult for him to separate that kind of doxing, that shit that's been happening to him for years, from this new snarkers or criticism people who are attacking him. So I feel like he's like blurred the lines there, and now it's like, okay, because these people have always attacked me, and these attacks are still happening, and now these other people are criticizing me. The people criticizing me are just like the people who have always been doxing in my community, and I think those lines need to be blurred.
Was specifically the time. I'm just gonna believe you. I'd have to go back and like, I'd have to go back. And
yeah, I can show you. I can send you a video if you'd like to show.
Just to get my argument out. Like, if it's happened to me, it's probably also happening to others, and I know it's happening to others because other people like Stardust have told me it's happening to them and has happened to them.
Yeah.
Stardust DM'd me and said I could use her name specifically, but it's not just her. To be clear, there are others who have DM'd me, who have talked to me about it, and we've had discussions, right? If it happened to me, it's probably happening to others. It is happening to others. So simply because mine happened then does not mean that others have not happened earlier. And again, I'm more inclined now to believe Destiny's side of the argument because A, he has provided me evidence, and B, he has been shown to be correct in a claim when the people against him were shown to be either A, lying, or B, in the most charitable interpretation, just grossly negligently wrong.
Over and over and over and over and over again.
Okay, so Wick, I'll ask you. I have a direct
what's wrong with anything I just said? What is
Nothing,
incorrect? What is
nothing,
something
but I
that
can.
is unreasonable about anything that I just said?
Yeah, so nothing, which is why I have some evidence for you that I'd like you to look at. Okay, let me just make sure that this is blurred out properly.
Oh, evidence.
So, are you aware of JSOC participating in doxing or encouraging doxing of Destiny or anybody else before, actually ever?
Oh, it's just gonna be me doxing people again. Like this is it. This is like the only thing that they have to run back to over and over and over and over again.
But let's say before January 1st, 2026.
I am not personally aware. I've not seen JStock's name specifically in any of the evidence that I have seen. But again, it's a credibility thing. Before, I was entirely neutral and somewhat skeptical of these claims by Destiny because we had 2 competing claims. One was, but now one has been proven to be, one interlocutor had been proven to be more truthful than the other. And so, hey, this guy has told the truth in this case. The other guy has lied. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be all the time, right? But I am much more willing to give credit to say, oh, if he was right in this case, he might be right in this case. So I'm now still waiting for direct evidence, but I'm more open to be like, oh, okay, he's probably telling the truth here.
Yeah, so this is a member of Destiny's community. Last year, August of last year, doxing JSOC. And I'll send it to you right now. And I've erased his name, so I don't want that to be public, obviously. Second.
Take your time, man. If you don't feel comfortable doing this live, we can do this like.
No, it's okay. I just sent it to you.
Another good question to ask too, in regards to all of this, even if you don't have an answer, just to have it on the record, is like, why is Destiny wanting these people revealed? Why does Destiny want people to know who these people are? Because that's where you get the funniest. Like, well, I don't know. I think it's just because they criticized him. Okay, Chief.
I just want to make sure it's fully covered. So apparently that's been deleted, but that was up for a year apparently, and Mr. Wooten was just messaged about it today.
Okay, give me a sec to look.
Sure.
That was up for a year, but it's been deleted. What was this on the subreddit? Oh, is it going to be a fat pic of Justigal in a beanie?
And that blanked out portion has his full name and then like hashtags in the JSON or brackets.
And well, the time, I wish you hadn't blurred out the date here. So the claim here is that this was up for a year?
Yeah, so if you look at the bottom of the image, it's an Axe tweet from August 14th, 2025.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm not aware of JSOC ever doxing Destiny or encouraging doxing. Definitely not now, but definitely not back then. So if the JSOC's claim is, hey, this guy's been trying to get people to dox me for a fucking year, and I haven't done that to him, well, now that I can see that, right? Or at least his community has done that to him over the last year, and I think that's been further normalized by Destiny's behavior in the last year and a half or so.
Hold on, I'm reading this. Give me a second. I don't want to show it or reveal it or anything. I'm trying to understand this.
That's fine.
So
I'll just send a shit ton more. So yeah. So again, my claim is that with that specific thing, it's just that I've never heard of JSOC doxing him or anybody else. That JSOC claims or being involved with any of it, right, or encouraging it. That's from last year, from August of last year. Somebody in Destiny's community doxing more.
That person who
said that was
then yeah, be doxed. So
doing that, and people who are doing that.
Fine. But that was enough. Then, yes, in that case, with that specific person, yes, that person did dox that other person. The other claim that's being made though is that these people are coming to their house, calling their family, calling their friends, all these things.
Yeah.
You have evidence of that?
No.
you're tired of missions, go to the bar and have fun.
What? How was everything? Can I get you anything else?
I'm a super fan of Thomas. I love his songs and he is so cute.
Let me know if you need anything else.
Lady Rhea is super cool, but you don't want her in a bad mood.
Let me know if you need anything else. Let me know if you need anything else.
The dwarf Orbrin will accept any request if there's a good reward. What a greedy little guy.
Scholars
adventurer?
are more dangerous than brutes.
Let me know if you need anything else.
All right.
What can I get you? Start you off with something to drink?
With so many undeads around, even the paladins are taking guild's requests.
Our special of the day is mushroom rice. Would you like to try it?
Don't be shy. Approach me.
Let me know if you need anything else.
Whatever, motherfucker.
Not right now, but I haven't seen any of the evidence of that from the DGG side. And to be clear, no matter who's fucking doing it, it's all bad. Nobody should be doing that, and people who are doing that, or swatting people, whatever, should be prosecuted. That's fucking disgusting. So, which is my claim, like overall claim is this is the environment that currently exists and is being normalized by Destiny, definitely, maybe by JSOC. I haven't seen evidence of that,
It's fucking disgusting.
but definitely Destiny, and it needs to stop. Like, so Wick, you're saying that I'm like self-justifying going after this kid, right? I don't agree with that. I think I'm just describing reality, and if that's just self-justification, okay. But Destiny was on here justifying doxing people for talking about their credentials in relation to stream topics. That's fucking crazy.
That's it. Yes, that's it, by the way. That was it. Good summary. True.
I don't
So, like,
agree with
I
Destiny
understand you don't agree
on
with
this topic. Yes, but
I
like,
understand you don't agree with that,
you're
but I'm
right.
saying that, like,
if your argument is that Destiny has behaved badly in certain ways and immorally in certain ways, I would agree with you.
You shouldn't even grant this. You really shouldn't, but I can't ask for any actual fucking defenders that can do anything more than the most tepid fucking defenses of me being a human being. But Justical and all them, you can't make your entire fucking life literally personally intervening in my real life fucking court cases and dramas and ruining the lives of other people around me just because you are so horny to get to me, and then make this claim of like, well, I should be anonymous. And no, fuck you. I'm sorry. Fuck that.
Problem here is there are two competing claims on who is instigating this and who is doing it more. And from the evidence I have seen, it is absolutely
Okay. Fuck. I have to do shit. Hold on. There's two more of these parts I should watch or whatever. What is this?
Okay. Sounds like a fucking blue Yeti. No problems on my end. So, what I started this morning stream with...
You want me to watch myself? I need you to react to these two segments, even if you're AFK. I hate you. I'm not watching myself. Can't you just put these on the thing?
Is the reasonable ask that I heard you articulate that I'm okay with is, do not allow snarkers into your community to endlessly talk shit about me, or I will no longer associate, fraternize, debate, or talk with you. Which I think that's reasonable because we haven't done that. We don't have 6-hour anti-Destiny hate rallies in our VC or text thing. And so if you prohibit it from that...
Wait a second, can I ask a quick question on this just to check?
Do you think that holding liberal values is a factor in why you alone are consistently expected to be the bigger man to a frequently unreasonable degree in both your personal and political life? I think the personal and political are tied together here, but yeah, because it's because of the whole, like, it's the weird, like, the right and the left, like the far right and the far left, want to destroy kind of like these like central establishment things. And so all of the shit revolves around this, right? Like, you will never find these snarker type people going after conservatives ever. For some reason, it just never happens, you know? Well, unless they can tie it directly to their mommy and daddy on their side. So like Tectone is a person they go after because he made videos on Hassan. Like, that's it.
Check.
Absolutely, go ahead.
And I'm asking from a total place of ignorance. So if I were to go around and ask, there has not a single time in the past 6 months been a 1+ hour voice call with Doobie in here talking about how I'm a pedophile or anything. That would be true.
I would have to. Actually, I don't think I've ever called you a pedophile. Wait, no, I think I did once as a meme. But I think
Dude, shut the fuck up.
Okay,
let's
play.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've ever had the conversation.
Let's try to play nice, just so we can get through the substance, and then if we want to be mean after the substance,
How long do I have to listen to myself for?
so then we can be mean after the substance. To my knowledge,
has Doobie ever VC'd in here at all?
I think he's VC'd in here.
Yeah, a few times.
And I've never been a subject to that conversation if I were to run around and ask people. I've never been a thing that he's been in. Nobody's ever been in here, for instance, and I've been brought up, and then somebody's like, we need to get Doobie here to talk about Destiny.
You would
I'm not
have
asking
to.
you.
You would
Doobie,
have to talk to.
Hold
on. Can I answer?
No, I don't care.
There's a
I don't care
few
what you're
ways.
gonna say, Doobie. I'm asking you, Connor.
Yes,
if I were to ask your server, if I were to go hold your server, none of these people would say, oh, no, we've never heard somebody say, quick, grab Doobie. Destiny is the topic of the conversation for Doobie to come in and do all of the ordinary smears, right?
I would.
Hold on, just as a thing. They go after Tectone because he was sexually abused, not because of the Hassan comments. You're completely and totally mind fucked. You're totally wrong. They don't give a fuck about that. They're never gonna fuck about that. It's because of the Hassan stuff.
I would appreciate 30 seconds to answer. To my knowledge, the answer is no.
Sushi, thank you for the 20 gifted tier 1 subs, buddy.
The people that I would ask if this had ever happened in the past 6 months are Taze, who's my former editor and former chief mod, Fellrunner, who's my current chief mod, and I would ask them if they'd ever seen it.
Never mind, I can stitch this. Okay, based. What is this? Is it me again?
Person who runs a fucking
Fuck no, I can't do it.
panel? You run Discord panels.
I do, and so you should know these things, but I'm also horrible at tech. Okay, Destiny.
Yeah, just real quick. Doobie, why were you denying a few nights ago that Wick was doxxed in that server by somebody posting his
I
dox?
wasn't. Wick, you can verify this. What,
Okay,
what I
Wick,
said to you in
by
DM.
the way, Wick, can you check your DMs and verify what I just said? Does it look like I'm lying about the characterization of those messages?
Give me a second. Yeah, you said most of the claims in that stream were for what? I don't think any of these people are doctors or
I
whatever.
don't want to read this guy's messages because I didn't want to know who it was because it's your DMs, but no, I guess it doesn't matter. For Emaroni, welcome to the 20 gifted tier 1 servers, buddy. I love you.
I'm in that snark left server. It's absolutely not a doxing server.
Well, I never read them out loud, but yeah, now Doobie will. This guy's fucked. But yeah, so Doobie, you were.
What are you talking about? I just repeated all that. When I was there, I didn't say any of that shit. And when you guys made the claims with
No,
stuff,
stop,
wait, stop.
continue
I
reading,
DM'd
continue
Wick.
reading,
Wick, didn't I DM you?
No,
Didn't I DM you the
hold on.
moment that they said this?
Okay, so
that last message is that one user was banned. It was from the PV filing last September that Hassan showed on stream. Where isn't that what you said, Doobie? Was that what was posted in that
Yeah,
server?
that's my current understanding. Yes, and I
What do
told
you
Wick
mean?
that too.
No, no.
to be
That's
clear,
not what was
to be clear,
posted.
what I saw was not the PV docs. I want
Oh, then I don't know. So again, so
Hey,
my understanding
crazy.
is.
Hey, wait, hold on. We got
Please
Connor
stop
Dixon in here to talk
Stop
about
talking.
how this is
Stop
another
talking. Let me respond to Wick.
inconvenient
Let me respond to Wick.
another
Oh my God,
mistake,
please.
it was an accident.
Please
and
stop
what I
talking.
saw was not
Please stop
okay.
talking.
Now,
Okay,
it's
so
very
wait,
likely that they got it from there.
I'm still upset that you called me fucking fat, even though you don't lift weights. I'm still upset about that.
So wait, again, I haven't seen it. So I obviously haven't seen the image. I know that it was like I know which user it was. I don't know if I'm going to say that. But this is according to them. I haven't seen any of it, right? So like, but you can verify that when they
Yeah,
said this,
haven't seen
I
any of it.
messaged
Why the
you.
fuck are you defending it?
What I was defending
If
is
you
what
haven't
I've
seen any
seen. Wait, hold on. So Destiny,
You went in
can
the
you tell me
server
right
because
now?
you haven't seen it. This is like the most obvious adult like destroyer for this conversation. You have no business defending this. All of these people that have come out to defend this and now have been shown that they're incorrect and saying there was no docs in there. All of these people were willing to lend their credibility, and then afterwards said, "Well, I didn't know. I had no idea it was posted there. It's just my own behavior." It's like, why?
Destiny, can you tell me right now that nobody has ever posted doc shit in your server?
I wouldn't defend it if somebody had.
Hold on, what I was defending is what I've
No,
seen the server
Doobie,
to be
answer
and what
the
I've seen
question.
allowed in the
Doobie,
server.
Doobie,
I have
answer
not
the
seen this
question.
allowed in the
Hey,
server.
Doobie,
It is not a
you
doxing server. It is a fucking
disabled
clipping server.
pedophile
So it's
child
true
protecting
that
stuff.
about a year
Answer the
ago,
question.
someone
Doobie,
posted something that they shouldn't
here's
have.
the
I don't agree with
filibuster.
that.
Keep filibustering.
You're okay. You're interrupting while I'm trying to fucking respond to you. Dumb bitch. Let me respond, and then you can go on your fucking manic again. It's fine.
Go for it, Doobie. Keep going, Doobie.
Go ahead, Wick. Go ahead.
Wait, just to be clear, that's what Doobie said
Here he
was
goes again.
wrong.
Wick, please
Hold on,
please
hold on,
clarify
hold
what
on,
I
thank you. That's all I want.
Can we go one at a time?
Stop. You both didn't start with D. Destiny is correct that what you said in those things was incorrect. It was wrong. It was wrong. Now, I will agree with Doobie. When it happened on stream, Doobie did DM me and said, "I would never dox you. If you want me to, if you show me it, I will."
You should never give people credit for this. This is so stupid. I don't know why people do this, right? Like, well, he did admit to it that this thing happened. When? After I publicly outed it when they'd been spending months and months denying it? Like, wow. Applause, please.
Find the people who did it and get it removed and all that.
And then,
That's
Wick,
what
I
he did.
understand. Even you, Wick, and I love you. I know you're all mind raped, and I blame myself for this largely, okay? But Doobie, or I'm sorry, Wick, you understand that when he says that, he's just trying to find the leak, right?
I
He says-
understand.
like,
what-
when he goes through and he says, Wick, if you tell me exactly where that came from, because you see how all these guys have been
I
swerving
have
around.
spent the
right?
whole
It's so
time
ridiculous.
saying that I am much more likely to believe you because you
I
told me
understand.
the
I
truth.
understand.
And
They keep calling you manic, well, because they're trying to explain me as being out of control. But the reality is that for the last week and a half, this is probably the most pressure that these communities have felt, period. This is why a whole bunch of people got doxxed on Kiwi Farms. This is why Gistical, who used to not cover me at all on his stream directly for months, even the court filings he didn't want to cover, is now talking about me every single night. He might be streaming about me right now, actually. I'm not sure. Because now they realize that for the first time ever, after the leaks went to Lonerbox and Hutch, now they're feeling a lot of pressure on their end. And generally, they just always have... Oh, yeah, he's watching right now. Generally, they always felt like they had narrative control because I can't say anything because I'm not going to leak a whole bunch of shit and because nobody else really knew how fucking crazy and schizo all this shit was. But, like, now that this has come out more, now there's, like, way, way, way more pressure on them to respond to things. So they're trying to say, oh, Destiny's manic. He's being crazy. Oh, my God. With the goal of making me not talk about this anymore because it's... Obviously, it's really bad for them as more and more of this comes out, yeah.
Doobie lied to me.
I'm
or
just
was
saying
grossly
that
wrong. One
when
of the two.
Doobie says
Yes.
that, they're just trying to find the leak,
I
right?
understand.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
For the lie that Doobie is trying to spin right now in person, and again, the reason why most of these pedophile fucks won't talk to me is because they can't spin these lies in person because they're lying so much. What Doobie just said was he didn't know what it was exactly. Now, I think personally, I think that would be fair. That's not what Doobie said in that DM, though, was it? Doobie didn't say, well, I don't know what was posted. I don't know. Doobie lied and said, that was just when Hassan posted this PV stuff, blah, blah, blah. How the fuck would he even know that unless he's seen something himself? True. And if he hadn't Damn, seen this guy's spitting. Oh, my God. actual docs, which Wick, you yourself say he hasn't, it means he got the talking point mentally fucked into his
talking
fucking
point.
brain. True. This guy's spitting. By Gistical or Never mind. Okay, I don't want to listen to myself. Wild Kitten House or fucking any of these other fucking losers. That's exactly what happened.
Okay, so he's on this
I just
delusional
want to
manic
be clear.
again. Wick, I'd like to
What I
respond.
said, what I said was what I saw was not the PV docs. And
Okay.
yes, in the DMs I was sent, or the messages I was sent, I don't know if they're DMs. Doobie did say that it was a PV docs. Now, whether he lied or he was just grossly wrong, I can't say. I can't speak to that.
Yeah.
Where
okay,
did you get the
I
idea
can-
that it was
Let
the
me
PV
respond. Let me respond. That's fine. So, Wick, to be clear, when I messed this up, so Wick, when they said this to you, I asked you what it was, where it was, or who said it, so that I could try to
This
find
is a filibuster. He's just asking, but this is all pointless.
their history on the server to figure out if it was in there, if the user was in there, etc. Right? Or if I think I asked you what server it was in, because we know that the leaks quote unquote are coming from
And
that
I can't
server.
confirm what
responsive,
server
not
it was in,
responsive.
because
That's fine,
what
that's
I
fine.
Why
said
did you say it was the
was-
PV
Wait,
docs?
please stop,
Doobie,
please stop.
Why did you say it was the PV docs?
Because that's what I thought. Again, I'm not
If
aware of
you
any
thought-
docs.
why'd you
Please
say
stop
that?
talking. Stop talking. I can tell you why. Okay. because my understanding is that that's the only time Wick's information has ever been put out. I'm not aware of him being doxed any other time ever. So when when I was told,
you decided to put your reputation out there and run around the largest apparently secret Discord on the internet.
Please stop talking. I know you're really afraid of what I'm going to say. Please stop talking. I'm not listening to anything you're saying right now. I'm just waiting for you to ramble on, and then I'm going to respond to Wick. I'm not going to listen to any of this random shit that you're fucking saying right now.
Keep rambling. Keep rambling.
Okay, thank you. So Wick, what I think with the wording, Wick, and Wick, I'm totally fine with you showing those DMs, like if you want to, like so you can see people can see exactly what I fucking said, right? So or any of our games, like I don't have anything to hide in there. Right? So so what I said is I haven't seen them post anything near doxing there. When you come up, it's typically memes about eating noodles or some shit. I wouldn't tolerate people doxing you. And then I said, just figured out where it came from if you want to know. Right?
I don't know if I have. I'm sure I have these saved somewhere. But no, when they talked about Wick, always it was relentlessly shitting on the way that he looks, shitting on stuff having to do with his teeth, shitting on stuff having like they just relentless shitting on. So it's funny for Doobie here to be like, oh no, we just talked about you eating noodles. That's not true at all.
Because at that point, they were talking about it in the server, and they figured out that it was like posted in like last September, right? And I thought it was a PV docs. That's what I thought. But they didn't. When they found it, they didn't post it. They just banned the person that did it, right? When they found it, they didn't post it. They just banned the person that did it. My understanding was it was that.
So that's but Doobie, you understand that Destiny's argument is that you were doing this in order to kind of triangulate who is leaking these things.
So this is why that doesn't make sense. I know it's stupid, but this is why it doesn't make sense. So if I take a screenshot of a Discord server and then send it to you, unless my username is in the side chat or I'm replying to something, how the fuck are we gonna know which user that came from?
Then
why are you saying it was a PV docs if you had no fucking
Hold
idea?
on.
Yes.
I just told you.
Hey, everybody, shut the fuck up. So I'm gonna make this point with Destiny here because Destiny says, well, maybe Connor's kids could get doxxed based off of this rationale.
Whoa, I was only being descriptive, not prescriptive. I know, but I was just being descriptive, not prescriptive, Connor.
Okay, but I haven't doxed anyone, have I?
I know, but I was just being descriptive, not prescriptive.
What are you being descriptive about, Destiny? Go ahead.
I'm just saying that you're creating an environment that could facilitate harassment towards unrelated third parties.
But I'm not for this environment. I've criticized this environment. I'm criticizing you for helping to foster this environment.
I know that you're not for. You were just describing it, and I'm just describing your description. That's it.
Correct. Hold on. But you are actively engaged.
I should have cloned myself. I'm gonna fuck myself tonight and clone myself and send myself in all these discords to argue.
Doxing people. We know that those people and their families could get hurt as a result of those reactions if you're not fucking retarded. And I'm criticizing you for doing that. So am I not trying to get away from that environment?
No, you fucking retard. What a stupid... If you were trying to get away from it, you would probably disassociate yourself completely from all these people if you were a good faith actor. But seeing as how this guy has anally fucked you with $5,000 over the past 6 months, I don't know what your incentive is right now. It's really fucking weird, by the way, that I'm arguing with two people that this weirdo on disability, child porn consuming dipshit is literally funding. It's kind of a strange fucking argument.
Hold on. Let's go ahead and do this.
That was a mean kind of shot, I guess, at Wick. But I mean, like, that is true. It is a very weird dynamic that, like, Doobie was literally paying both of these dudes, and now I'm in here arguing about him. Not to say that I don't think Wick is influenced by money. I actually don't even think Connor's influenced by money. I think Connor's more influenced by the bullying of, like, you're a Destiny drone, to be honest.
This isn't your show, Wick. Shut the fuck up.
But I will say, if I was donating money to either of these guys, you better believe that would be posted over and over and over and over and over again.
Connor, if you don't want to be associated with it, you wouldn't be associated with it.
No, hold on. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's see if you're capable of being honest. 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 Can you steel man why Doobie said that he used child abuse material? Can you articulate it without trying to castigate him as a pedophile?
Have you seen the movie Casino?
I asked you a question.
I'll answer if you answer that question.
Yes, I've seen Casino and I love it.
I would rather put my balls in the vice that they used to pop that dude's eyes out of his head and crush them than steelman anything this pedophile, harassing, hate-logging stalker fuck has ever done. No, I'm not going to steelman any of their perspectives. I'm not being a
You jerked off to see someone held onto it for a year. Like, who the fuck are you calling a pedophile?
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Nope.
Like, dude, you jerked off to see someone and held onto it for a year. Like, how? Why? Where do you think I've been?
I like that he's more honest here right now at the end. Also, now that I've good one.
Anybody fucking pedophile?
I already kicked him.
What do you?
Okay. Man, I can't wait to be here tomorrow at 1 p.m. EST.
And I don't like it. Because COG does not act the way certain people who hang out in COG and talk to COGers and donate to Connor, it doesn't mean that COG acts this way. We do not act this way, okay? Despite whatever officer thinks about North and his actions, COG does not A-log, COG does not track people, COG does not sit there gossiping about the personal details of anybody. That's not how COG operates. So I'm highly insulted that anyone would suggest that we would let Doobie or anyone like Doobie come into COG and hang out and talk shit about anybody or any country without being challenged to his fucking face, which we do on a regular basis. You can go into our Discord. It's all there, okay? Check it out. You guys can attest whether or not we host Doobie and whether or not we host snarker, gene stealer, cult fucking rallies in COG, because we don't. And I'm offended by the very fucking idea. And that's it. That was all I wanted to say about COG. That's all I wanted to say to Doobie about COG. Yes, sir, go ahead.
So what I was going to say is, and this is true of Wixer, but it's also true of Connor server, right? There's this press that I'm in the voice channels preaching at people all day. It's just not true. In fact, you're one of the people that I communicate most with in a Connor server, and we're always arguing about shit. And it's rarely about Destiny. It has to do with like Israel primarily, right? And I still need to respond to you about the fucking South Lebanon thing. So we're not preaching in there. I'm not in there like, oh god, guys, didn't know Destiny's so evil, and everybody like agrees with me. Like I talk about it when it comes up, sure, but we're usually talking about other shit. He's not that interesting to me, really. He's a fucking creep on the internet displaying it though. So, like,
So I would say that you've proven to everybody that's not true based on your donation records. I think it's clear that you've donated to Connor to shit talk Destiny and his court case out of turn for no fucking reason because Connor was covering the drama one time. I think that's unhinged. I think that's anti-girl hottest behavior. I think it's antithetical to the COG. And you're free to do it because you're a fucking free human being. This is a free fucking country. You know what I mean? There's a balance to this.
Who is this fucking king?
And I think COG can remain balanced here. I think that we shouldn't sit here letting Doobie run
That's one of Connor's mods.
on claiming innocence because no one can produce a smoking gun to defeat him. As if Al Capone got taken down by the smokingest of guns for his
Without a
worst
Rico.
crimes that he was accused of. That's
We
not
would
the
even
case.
take tax evasion. Do you have tax evasion? Like, we
and
can't
we don't.
prove-
And we don't.
God.
But listen, Connor, look at the meme. We
Which
are
one?
the smoking. We are the meme of the smoking child. We are the smoking child. Okay.
I think
We are
you're
not the
I think
girls.
you're the
We're
guy
not
who kills
fighting.
himself.
We're not in the dirt. We're the smoking child. We don't really need to care if Doobie has proof of any of his bullshit, and we don't really need to care if Destiny can prove any of his bullshit. What we need to do is judge these people based on their actions and how anti-grill hottest they are, and whether or not they are dragging COG's name through the fucking mud with their anti-grill hottest activity. I'm ready to ban Doobie on principle alone, based on his own behavior towards people in my community, towards people in Kalinda's community. I've had
what
plenty
did
of
Kalinda's
private people accuse Doobie of plenty of things. I can't prove any of it, so I'm not going to sit here wasting time trying to prove that Doobie's a bad person. I'm just going to base it on the reputation the man has grown himself over the last however many fucking years. If I could challenge Doobie to anything right now, just off of all the most wildest accusations I've heard of him, I would ask him, Doobie, have you ever been a member of the Atomwaffen Discord at any time in your life? And if the answer is yes, then I fucking will ban you because the Atomwaffen Discord is a fucking hate
You need to
group.
listen.
That's
You need
my
to listen.
point.
Oh, God.
That's my point. I don't care if you're Batman.
We
I
need
don't care
to,
if you're
number one,
detective. That's
number-
my personal opinion. I'm not going
I
to go
would like
against
to, hold up.
I'm not going to ban Doobie until Connor tells me to, but that's my personal opinion.
That's
what I'm saying. We should
Let
judge
me-
grill hottest and how they act.
True.
Not grill
So,
hottest. We should
hold
judge
on.
people based on the grill hottest.
I would like an
Connor, can I
opportunity
clarify
to
the
speak.
Adam off in Discord thing?
So what? Well, I'm probably going to say it for you in a second.
Go.
So, Destiny wants to do a three-way: me, Doobie, me and Doobie, and Destiny.
Wait, I was a consistent poster in your subreddit. A random person DM'd me one day warning that there was a group of people trying to dox me. A few weeks later, my account got permitted for no reason. If that's true, you should email me with screenshots of that.
Destiny. So we're probably going to move to that
Yeah,
if
check me out.
Doobie's okay with it. Love you, Fel. But and you can stay out for this explanation as well. Infiltrating Atomwaffen, joining it, LARPing as a Nazi, and then turning over the records to law enforcement is not the same as being fucking Atomwaffen. I think it's
I agree.
vigilante behavior that's risky and stupid, but I think that
That's
Doobie
awesome.
would even admit to that. But I'm not going to treat somebody who tries to infiltrate hate groups to report them to law enforcement the same as a member of being a part of that hate group.
Yeah, that's exactly what I.
Who is doing that? Doobie claims, and these retards, I don't know how Connor does this. He supposedly was a cop. I don't know how he buys into his bullshit. Doobie claims that he goes into Nazi spaces and that he goes into pedophile spaces or whatever and gets like Nazi shit and child porn and everything and then runs to the FBI to turn it in. I'm not even joking. I wish I could tell you. Fuck, I don't have time to play this right now. But like, unironically, like these are the stories that he's telling every day on these Discord servers. It's fucking crazy. It's unbelievable that he says this shit. It's wild.
To report them to law enforcement the same as a member of being a part of that hate group.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. They were trying to dox my
Okay, so anyway, listen to what I just want to say. Listen, I just want to point this out. Everything Doobie says, he cannot exactly prove
Nope,
in any of the
none of
same
it.
way that we can't prove that he's a bad guy.
Fuck me, dude. I don't have time. I need to leave.
The reason I did this.
Where is
My life, I understand.
So back to the Destiny stuff. So the reason I brought all that up, right? is I think what Siba was trying to do, in Siba's case, we know that Destiny shared these news without consent. We know there are multiple victims of this. We know this.
No, wait, fuck this. Fuck, no, wait. Where's his talking about his heroic child porn adventures? Fuck, I have like 4 million things linked to me.
Girl was involved in some way, and that she was.
It's 100% bullshit. The FBI would tell him to stop, and I know that for a fact. I can get an FBI. But just as a heads up, in case anybody gets mind fucked in here, the FBI will never tell you to infiltrate child porn groups and collect child porn to turn it to the FBI. It's fucking like my ops are literally Nazi pedophiles, bro. Kill me.
The reason I did this, and I've done this a lot actually over the years,
I've done this
is
a
because
lot.
these people were.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. The last. Where.
We're attacking you.
No.
Yeah.
No. The last people attack. I don't give a fuck. They were groomers. I caught them trying to groom children, trying to convince like 13-year-olds to run away with them, extorting kids with their nudes, trying to convince them to kill themselves, like all kinds of crazy shit, right? Plotting terrorist attacks in the UK, all kinds of crazy shit, right? And those people, yes, I did dox them. There's a guy I caught like 5 times trying to dox minors on my server, and I reported to the FBI, and they'll never fucking do anything about it. It was fucking irritating. So eventually, I found it myself, right? I doxed myself, and I got an okay.
What is this audio?
Gathered all the information, all the logs, and I went to the cybercrimes unit, and I turned it on like, hey, here's this fucking guy, here's all of his information, here's all the evidence, here's his IP, here's everything. And then finally, let's say something about it, they arrested him, right? But it took me doing this 5 times. It's fucking driving me nuts. So
5 times.
it was like
a pedophile stalking and trying to rape children on his server 5 times. Just one guy. He says he's done this a ton, by the way.
So yeah, do you think that's wrong for me to get that involved in an online thing and to find people's information like that?
It speaks to you as being like terminally online. I'll be like, you did a good thing, you did the right thing. But it's
Wait,
just
what?
it's still where it's just like, holy crap, like this.
Well, it's happening in your server though, so it makes sense because if you're just
yeah, it makes it makes
that would be
way more
awkward
sense because it's on your server. Like you're moderating it. It's just it's someone with this like clear like conviction or I don't know. Like it's like kind of like a vigilantism and stuff like that. It's like maybe you're doing a good thing, but at the same time, it doesn't speak to the sanity of your own character a little bit.
I don't understand. Do you think it's more
I'm not
sane to,
calling
like,
him or anything.
no, I'm just trying to understand. Like, do you think it's more sane to like catch somebody trying to groom a 13-year-old and get her to run away with him, and like just ban the guy's account, which I know he can just make a new one same day, very simple, and like that's it? Like, you think that's all I should do?
I think what you do in that situation is fine. The thing is, I don't think that translates though to Destiny. Like,
No, I understand. That's why I said it's like a separate thing. It's like a sanity check. So I'm trying to understand why Lance thinks that is unusual or terminal online. Or
And
something.
you would
I
have
think
to
it would be
admit
unethical.
it's more unusual behavior. Yeah, I would think.
Yeah, I agree. I go further than the average person. But I think the average person doesn't deal with this kind of shit.
Yes, and I don't want to be like I don't want to be surrounded with people with like that probably feel like they are doing a good thing, but will go to unhinged links and will do.
Is there more to this? In our conversation, he was saying some crazy shit.
Go to unhinged links to accomplish their like goal
Yeah,
or
okay,
like,
then
do their justice.
Okay,
Because
so,
it can
so
go back.
the implication that it's unhinged to like track down a groomer and turn over to the FBI.
You were right. You were right. You turned it in, and if you did it, it's awesome. You did utilitarianly like a good thing, I guess. But at the same time, like this can backfire so bad and do so much harm if you get it wrong. And so I wouldn't want to trust. I wouldn't really trust people around me that were.
Just out of curiosity, what's the big backfire if he gets this wrong? He's not talking about like going on to like he's not talking about internet sleuthing where you like call somebody a fucking racist.
You can fathom a world where someone's trying to dog someone, thinking that the other person is evil and like obviously getting it wrong, but he's already kind of fucked up and they're getting swatted.
No, because he's taking this to the authorities. He's not taking this. He's not releasing it to people who would.
Yeah, still that's already a lot. If you're just calling the police on someone.
No, he's not. He's not calling the police on somebody. He's fucking swatting them, dumbass. He's effectively building a case and taking it to like an agent.
These people are retarded. He's building his case. Oh my god.
How do you think swatting works? It doesn't involve an FBI agent. It involves calling like a local police station in that person's town and saying this guy's got a hostage. That's not what Doobie's doing.
Yeah, like I mean, even in cases where I think I was justified in calling like the SWAT team, right? Like a man.
You might do it really well. You might not get it wrong, but
no, so this guy was going to do a mass shooting, for example, right? And I convinced him not to do it that night at least, and walk home on camera, and I like was able to track down his location based on the street signs while he was walking and talking to me. And I got him to put the gun in the trash can and walk inside and go to sleep. And as soon as I got off the call with him, I called the FBI. I didn't call the police and get him swatted. I called the FBI and said, hey, here's this thing that happened. Here's a recording of it. And, this is where I think he is and this kind of shit. And then, like, a couple days later, they called me and told me they found him and he was, like, some autistic kid and they got him up or whatever.
Like, do people believe this?
So, like, and you would say that even that is, like, terminally online and unhinged, right? Like, I think that's
would you recommend more people do what you do or try to do what you do?
If you run into somebody who's going to talk to him, committed mass shooting, or is like grooming kids, yeah, I encourage you to go to the FBI with it for sure. And if you find information about them, to turn over to the FBI to make sure that they actually actions taken. Yeah, I encourage you to do it.
You're not being good. You're not being good. Like, you already know what I'm trying to say. Because I'm not tracking how you do it or what you do specifically. You could be really good at it, and that's fine. Okay, then you're just doing like a good deed or a good cause or anything like that. I'm saying like the behavior of people like doing this in general. They might be doing it with good intentions in mind, but I don't trust those people. Half these people are like retarded.
I think that's what you're saying. So there have been cases that I've run into on my server actually, where people were thought somebody was a pedophile or something, or thought somebody was a groomer, and they tried to dox them, right? They tried to find their information because they thought this person was absolutely a groomer or whatever the fuck. Yeah. So if you're saying that can happen, absolutely, that can happen for sure. What I'm telling you is that if I have strong evidence that somebody's doing a thing, like I have recordings, I have lots of screenshots, I have I've gotten reminded to stream their Discord logs for me.
Bros, if this guy had 1/10 the attention on him as people put on me,
screenshots I have I've gotten reminded to stream their Discord logs for me.
Like, you're going around to minors in your Discord server, asking them to stream through other Discord stuff, looking for child porn. What the fuck?
Give me access to their account so I can log in and see the messages myself. Like, if I've done all that, and I'm sure that this
you're trying to justify your own stuff. I don't really care what you do.
Well, no, but the reason I'm bringing this is because you said that what I do is unhinged. And you said that getting involved to that extent is unhinged.
No, I'm calling like the behavior. I feel like people are really justified not wanting to surround themselves with people with that kind of behavior.
That's fine. But I just don't understand why you would call it like unhinged or criminal online or something. I think
because it does see it. I think your average Joe trying to do that would feel like unhinged to like the average person.
I don't.
If they're not like an actual like a legitimate PI.
Yeah, I just don't see that. I'm sorry. Like, of course, I'm not a PI, but like, I don't think that stops me. Like, again, are you saying that what people should do when they run into like somebody who's legitimately like strong evidence this person is trying to groom a child and get that child to run away with him? You think the correct course of action is to just ban that person and that's it? Like, just move on.
Why doesn't he say, "We'll call the cops"? But you can't do that, right? You have to build your own case.
No, you can.
I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure that they made the child. I gotta see it for myself. I gotta know that they've done it already before I can call the cops. Give me your account, minor.
Hire PI or something like that. That's
Hire
fine.
PI?
You guys,
Before that
but
information,
that's not
please.
completely out of the topic either.
Yeah, we
You're-
can go back.
you're saying
I was trying to get a
that
sanity
people
check.
that
I
do
don't
these
think
kind
your sanity the same.
No, I know, because sorry. You're saying that people that kind of like do these kind of like doxings and all that stuff, or like a justified means and stuff like that, or that they think it's a justified means. Let's be clear here. Is like that's perfectly reasonable, fine. That's like moral, good, standard behavior. A lot of people would be like,
Fuck. Okay, I'm leaving after this. I gotta leave right now. I'm ready.
Another
What
controversy
is this?
that you got into a beef with Fellrunner over was specifically reporting child sex materials to law enforcement. So, I mean, I could jump ahead and I could pre-sweep for you if you wanted. So
Why are you pre-sweeping? Why would you admit pre-sweeping?
what I would say... Sorry, if you want to jump on it, go ahead.
No, you go for it. That's fine.
He does, but he wants to hop on it. He wants to do tricks on it.
Okay. So what I was going to say is the instinct to report people who are engaged in the distribution of child sex abuse material, I have no fucking problems with. So as an example, and this is kind of what we did through research, and bear in mind, I'm a former law enforcement officer, and we dealt with it rarely enough that I didn't have like the procedure in my mind. But basically what we did through a little bit of research is the guidance from federal law enforcement in general, is that if it's an active hyperlink to child sex abuse material, you can go to the FBI cyber tip line, link the hyperlink, and then they'll take whatever law enforcement investigative action they will against that hyperlink. However, in the scenario, because unfortunately I did deal with a child sex abuse material pedophile ring at a certain point in my life, sometimes those people will go into forums where they effectively talk about fantasies of child sex abuse, but they won't actually engage
Fuck,
with
I
each other.
missed my headphones going.
Cyber tip line, link the hyperlink, and then they'll take whatever law enforcement investigative action they will against that hyperlink. However, in the scenario, because unfortunately I did deal with a child sex abuse material pedophile ring at a certain point in my life, sometimes those people will go into forums where they effectively talk about fantasies of child sex abuse, but they won't actually engage in them specifically at all times. Like they won't be abusing kids or they won't be sharing pornography, but they'll go in there effectively to titillate themselves. But then they go into breakout forums where they will share abuse material with each other. And so my understanding is that the child sex crimes units of different law enforcement jurisdictions, they have the capacity to obtain video of child sex abuse and then put it into a database that then makes it like auto scrub, where effectively they have some kind of automated system that's looking through the internet for this video, and when it finds this video, it auto reports it as child sex abuse material. That way that forum can be hunted down. Now, the guidance that I saw was that you should not copy videos that are being posted and then deleted, because then you're in possession and therefore you could get in legal trouble.
True.
The recommended procedure is that you just get the forum, report what's going on in the forum
True.
to a sex crimes unit, and then you let them take it from there.
True.
Because they will infiltrate that unit and then get people to
But
implicate
that's not what Doobie did.
themselves
Uh-oh.
and then get them incarcerated.
How's Doobie gonna
So I
sweep
wanted to
for himself?
pre-sweep
Uh-oh.
with you with those statements. But if you just want to talk about whatever you've done in the past and or what you thought you should do, go ahead.
Yeah, so I've been on Discord for a decade now, and unfortunately Discord is full of groomers, pedos. I mean, if your chat is just look up 098 and 764. Actually,
Oh my
764
God.
recently split out. Actually, not recently, unless a couple years split out from 098. Look them up and look at what they do on Discord, on Roblox, and shit like that, right? So these are the people that I run into pretty often, unfortunately, because
How?
I do have minors on my server, right? 'Cause
What are you doing where you're running into these pedo people all the time?
I think that when I was a minor, I was interested in politics. My server's not an 18+ server. We don't allow NSFW to be posted, so I don't think there's an issue with allowing teens on there to talk about politics. Right? I think it's fine.
Maybe they shouldn't be if they're all getting fucking child groomed and raped or whatever by all these people over and over again.
So because they're in my server, sometimes we get pedos that come in and we'll try to fuck with them, or sometimes I'll get shit from other server.
And we'll try to fuck with them?
So because they know that I run the largest politics server on Discord, someone just sent me like a PDF with like a bunch of like screenshots and pictures in it of like a kid cutting so deep, like cutting through the fat layer in her skin all the way to their fucking like meat. Because some dudes some guys extorting her, or like videos of her like eating shit because some guys extorting her with her nude, like just crazy shit, right? Like forcing these kids to kill their pets. So yeah, I run into this shit semi-often these days. During COVID, it was fucking everywhere. It was like constant. That and like suicidal people was fucking everywhere. And these communities encourage people to commit suicide. So they track down people who are vulnerable, get their news, extort them, and then try to get them to commit suicide. Like that's the goal. Just evil shit. So, yeah.
Wait, send me a screenshot of that. There's no way that's true. Elmer Fudd. They don't have a minor tag on Doobie's Discord, right?
In those cases, it is true. But yes, I have had to see Sam sometimes. And in cases where I was worried that it'd be like deleted, like it was a Telegram forum or something where it'd be deleted. Yeah, I took a screenshot and I included.
Like, say what you will about me. This guy is knowingly fucking saving child porn on his computer because he's a hero.
I was worried that it'd be like deleted, like it was a Telegram forum or something where it'd be deleted, yeah, I took a screenshot and I included that screenshot or the URL or the image URL for the screenshot in the forum and all the logs and everything, and the reports that I sent to the FBI, to was it NMEC, to all these like 4 or 5 different organizations, including organizations in other countries, if I knew that these guys were in another country. So yeah, I know I understand this puts me at risk. I think the risk is worth it. And so far, I mean, typically,
Fuck.
if it's something, it's very difficult to get a lot of these agencies to move on this stuff. My experience. If all you have is like Discord messages. But when it is serious enough and I have enough to get their attention,
enough child porn. I've got this doggy style vid from like 27 different angles. Okay, trust me, you're gonna want to see this one.
I'll get a phone call. I might get an email. Once I had to go and give a statement, right? And I'm happy to do that. I don't obviously I want these people fucking executed actually. But if this is what I got to do, I got to put myself in some risk to get rid of them when they pop up in my community attacking my community members. I'm gonna fucking do it because fuck them.
Sure.
So yeah, that's
I'm gonna repeat the guidance, and I'm actually gonna take issue because I was supposed to watch a angry debate between you and Destiny, but frankly, they took a position that I didn't agree with early on, and so I just found that the conversation was giving me a headache. And so I'm just gonna share my perspective, and I don't give a fuck what fucking gray names in my chat have to say about it. I know what I know to be true based off of my experience in law enforcement. I have 4 years in law enforcement. What the fuck do you have? And if you don't have shit, shut the fuck up. Okay. So
apparently, Doobie posted. Okay, I have to leave. Doobie posted this last night in his Discord server. Parents do weird in Justul's Discord server or his. Parents do weird shit. My dad made me watch videos of people being tortured and shit because I was emotionally impacted by the neighbor being shot in front of me when I was a young lad. I asked him about it a few years ago, and he said it just seemed like the right move at the time. I feel like I don't want to say anything. I'm just describing. I feel like that's unironically. I don't care. Like this, I don't think this server should exist on Discord. I'm sorry, this is fucked up. You're telling me that the owner of this Discord server is collecting manually child porn and has a ton of child molesters that are showing up in his Discord server constantly. So many so that he's on a regular first name basis with the CP unit at the FBI, and they have a politics server with a minor tag? So if I'm a pedo, I can just go right to the server and I know exactly who I should be DMing? That's crazy. That's insane to me. What the fuck? What? And I like how they make it light, like, is it mauve? Or pink or whatever? I don't know how to pronounce it. Jesus fucking Christ, bro. Whatever. Alright, good luck. I love you all so much. Be careful. I'll be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. EST. ET, sharp. The sharpest 1 p.m. ET. Look at the last roll. Student? Wow. We're looking for those student minor tag. Jesus Christ. Here's the real meme now. Like, what is the proof that he ever contacted the FBI? Because now he's admitted to searching for and saving child porn on his computer. If there's no proof that he ever contacted the FBI with any of this, he just owns the largest politics server on Discord that has tags for minors. I don't know, bro. Well, as long as Hassan supports all of it, I guess. Jesus Christ. I don't know. Whatever. Good luck. Be careful.
Other thing.
Hello, 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 hello. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, well, the drama's over. Fellrunner says that he can babysit them. Situations. I think he's currently engaged in is total warfare, where he is burning down the thatch huts, you know, massacring random civilians and airstriking random civilians because terms of service. How's that? All right, let me save this real quick.
Is all of them.
So you're saying it's terms of service members.
Okay.
So he's arguing self-defense. On the internet members.
Friendship I've had with
terms of service. How's that? All right, let me save this real quick. Reasonable versus unreasonable ask. Okay, let me bring you over here.
Okay.
Mr. Mooten.
Okay.
And let me turn you up a little bit because you're a little low on my end. All right.
Okay.
What you got?
All right. I'm not here to debate bro you, okay? Genuinely.
Sure.
I'm not here as DGG's fucking strongest warrior. I'm on here to just talk to you real quick on, I guess, a 10-year-long friendship I've had with fucking Steve, okay? So my question is, why would you want to continue having people in your community who are trying actively to destroy his life? And I know that sounds like inflammatory and like mean, but that's not, I'm not trying to come across that way. I'm trying to get your like line of thinking down.
Because I need evidence that they're actively trying to destroy his life.
Okay. I'm pretty sure he has that.
Okay. I haven't seen it.
He hasn't shown you it? He hasn't talked to you about it?
He's shown me, and I think it's out now. He's shown me that J-Stock coordinated a mass report on his channels in an attempt to get him demonetized.
Okay.
But J-Stock's argument, and J-Stock admitted to that already, so I don't think I'm sharing any secrets. But J-Stock's counter argument, which I think if you're capable of looking at different people's perspectives, you could understand it from his perspective, is that Destiny was actively doxing him at that time and doxing his community members.
Okay.
So he's arguing self-defense.
Sure. He's going for the DDoS kid argument. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
He's trying to destroy J-Stock's life. So J-Stock's like, all right, well, fuck it. You know, balls to the wall. We go here. However, I understand why J-Stock could feel that way, but why did Steve go and try to dox J-Stock and others? What was his reasoning behind that?
That they are an information nexus of criticism on the internet that is likely cross-pollinating with Kiwi Farms doxers and harassers who are actively trying to fuck up his life.
I agree with the latter half. The former half, I would say these people are trying to destroy his life, and they are actively engaged in not only gay ops, but they're engaged in a coordinated effort to contact Pixie/Pixie's attorneys and get Steve for $15 million.
Yeah, isn't that Saiba, though?
That is all of them.
So you're saying
it's not just Saiba.
By the way, I'm gonna write this shit down, okay?
Yeah, you can ask Steve about it. Again, I don't know everything, but this is what I'm picking up from A, being in the channel and listening on stream, and B, from a little bit what I'm hearing of behind streams. It's not just Saiba. And I know I even sound schizo. I know Steve sounds schizo, but it really is like a group of people who are working in tandem and together.
Okay. So hold on. Let's break that
Come
down
on,
real quick
dude.
because I think I can even evidence your claim real quick.
Yeah.
So, J-Stock has not wanted to be a part of the court case because he doesn't want to expose his information / opening him up to opening himself up to additional public harassment. But I
doesn't
know
wanna
that
be
he's
a
communicating.
person-
Well, I was
Okay, there you
probably
go.
going to get there. I was going to say he communicated with Pixie's team to maximally provide information in order to help out Pixie's court case. Correct?
Yep. Yeah,
And
I would
then
agree to that.
And then Saiba emailed Rose and Rose's family in order to get her involved in the court case.
I would not say email. I would say harassed, but yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yes, sure. Okay. So those things are explained by, logically, Destiny's conduct.
Okay.
And
Here's
another thing. Here's another thing too. Because you're saying, well, if you're truly Destiny's friend, if you actually have his best interests at heart, why are you tolerating the presence of people who want to destroy Destiny? But
but I'm not saying if you're truly his friend. I'm just saying, like, why would you want to do that? Because I think that you're a good faith actor for the most part, and I think that you are his friend. I'm just saying it like, what is your rationale behind it? Because I don't think you're trying to be an asshole.
Because this is Twitch and YouTube politics, where schizophrenia is a part of the fucking game. So the second that we start going into our fortress arcs, like Vosh, our fortress arcs like Hassan Piker, and we stop dealing with schizophrenics, this place becomes infinitely more gay and less fun.
Okay, so I hear you there. But these are people, in my opinion, who are actively trying to destroy his life, his livelihood, and all of that. In my opinion, they're not worth the little amount of fun over two of them.
But it's not even... Well, see, and by the way, I'm just going to pull this back up on... I'm going to pull this up on screen again. So what I said is the reasonable ask that I heard Destiny articulate is do not allow snarkers into your community to endlessly talk shit about Steven, or he will no longer associate, fraternize, debate, or talk with you. And then I said that implicit within that statement is that since Destiny has a disproportionate amount of clout and power, it's safer to ban the two snarkers that we know of, so I don't warrant Steven's wrath and or disassociation. And I'm just going to point out that you are one of Steven's closest friends, and you have just articulated the implicit threat that I read through the situation.
1 billion% the implicit threat is there, but I think if you're a good faith, in my mind, that wouldn't even come to my mind, right? It's not even like on the forefront. It's just, oh, I see what he's asking. He doesn't want these fucking people who are trying to destroy his life in my community. Let me just get rid of them. I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to go then and worry about like, oh, well, is it because Steve is like a bigger content creator to me? How is this going to affect my finances? Blah, blah, blah. I'm his friend. I'm just going to be like, okay, yeah, these people are terrible. I'm just going to get rid of them. I understand that the second part can be there. Yeah.
The two people who have been identified as snarkers in my community are okay. Have you seen my, I don't want to repeat it if I don't need to. Have you seen my counterinsurgency drawing?
I was watching your stream, but then I had to return some monitors, so I missed it. So
I'm gonna share this with you real quick.
Yeah, send it over.
Because I'm going to share this with you real quick because I actually think not only is it pertinent to the conversation, I think it'll explain my moral framework in such a way that not only will you be able to see it, you might even be able to, help me execute what you're asking of me in a just way. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the drawing, and then how do I share it with Mooten?
You could just take a screenshot of it and then post it in our Discord chat.
Well, sure. I think I can just go back
to
Discord screen. And I can share screen with you. I was
that works too.
Asking myself rhetorically because I'm a dipshit. So, let me know when you can see it.
I can see it.
Okay. So I've used the war in Vietnam as a metaphor for this conflict. And I think there's a just way to conduct conflict, and I think there's an unjust way to conduct conflict.
All right.
And so, if you'll consult your drawing, I think that Steven is engaged in total warfare. If there is somebody who is fucking with him, suspected of fucking with him, etc., they basically deserve to be like raped, dead, and in a ditch. So he will digitally airstrike them, dox them, do gay ops, whatever, in order to kill these people.
I want to clarify there.
Yeah.
I think if this is not someone just fucking with him, I think this is if someone is trying to absolutely ruin his life. There are many people online who try to fuck with him that he doesn't go all out on and dox and do all the other things. So I think that there is a distinction, but yeah.
Okay, so if I can direct your attention to the left side of the drawing.
Yep.
This is counterinsurgency warfare, where rather than napalming, burning the thatched houses, and executing random people suspected of being counterinsurgents against you, you target specifically the insurgents and you take them out. So what I would need, because you're basically asking me, I know the stakes are very low, okay? The stakes are banning people from Discord, okay? So I don't want to exaggerate the stakes here. But
no, but I understand. It's like it is a line in your community that gets drawn.
Well, and he's asking me, effectively, let's assume that I'm the mayor of a small Vietnamese village, and let's say that Officer Nasty and Doobie are Viet Cong sympathizers, but I'm saying they're not to my knowledge, they haven't been demonstrated to be active members of the Viet Cong, and you're asking me to fucking eliminate them from my society, or else I'm no longer part of, you know, South Vietnam or whatever, and I can be treated as an enemy. I'll at minimum be treated neutral. I'll at maximum be treated as an enemy. So my question is, what evidence do you have that Officer Nasty specifically and Doobie specifically are Viet Cong?
Officer Nasty, I have no idea. I will not speak on that person because I have just no idea about them. I've never heard of them before, blah, blah, blah. However, Doobie, I will say, if what's the phrase? If it walks like a duck, if it quacks and it has like feathers, it's probably a duck or whatever. Doobie is in Snarker servers. Doobie is in JStock server. Doobie is in Wix server talking shit on Destiny for like 6 hours at a time, apparently. So if this guy is going and attending every single Viet Cong meeting that's happening, well, I mean, there's a good chance that he's a Viet Cong, first off. And second off, I don't have information offhand if he is like actively trying to destroy Steve's life and handing over information to Pixie one-on-one, but he is at the bare minimum in cohorts with these groups. Heavily. Do
you understand?
So,
I just want to ask this on a principle basis. So do you understand, like, metaphorically, do you understand like the Viet Cong's rationale?
I haven't looked into Vietnam a ton.
No. I mean, sorry, I'm talking about metaphorically. Do you understand JStock, Doobie, President Sunday?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Aaron's hatred of Steven? Logically? Even if you don't agree with it?
To an extent, I can understand why they hate him, sure, but my reasoning is probably going to not be what yours is.
Okay.
My reasoning is that they turned on him because I think that they are looking for clout. They saw it as an easy moment to like garner more clout. I don't think that these people actually have any real morals and care about what Steve allegedly did, etc. So that would be my reason. They're in it for clout, money, and fame.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, actually let me try to continue with the metaphor by also making it messy by applying like American moral. Sean Kaplan says, stop comparing real friendships to the Viet Cong, you autists. No, fuck you, Sean Kaplan. Anyways.
I don't mind his analogy.
I love my analogy. So anyways, so here's the thing. I'm going to make the analogy even more messy because I'm going to apply like American moral standards, Twitch and YouTube moral standards, and maybe even like our legal concept.
Sure.
So, for me, disagreement does not mean that I have to disassociate with you. If you're literally, unironically, a fascist or a communist...
Sure, you can have conversations.
Yes. And so, also from an American moral perspective, the criticism in our freedom of conscience and freedom of speech, our capacity to articulate what we believe sincerely without threat, is something that we've obviously enshrined not just into our legalistic framework, but into our culture. And so when somebody says... Sorry, go ahead.
I just want to add something to that. Yes, but we still have semi-prohibited speech around, like, if you're in a building and you yell fire, right?
Sure. Yeah, there's limits.
Which is what I'm going to argue that J-Stock and Doobie do.
Yeah, sure, but I'm not. The only time that J-Stock and I would ever talk is exclusively for a contentious conversation. Queeman, I might pick his brain, but it's largely going to be a contentious conversation. Doobie, I might pick his brain, but it's largely going to be a contentious conversation. So we're not friends. You know, we don't. Well, maybe I'm friendly with Doobie, but we don't like fucking sit around in a circle and jerk each other off about how fucking evil Steven is. If anything, what we do is they come on in order to defend their hyperbolic criticism of Steven, and I say, that's retarded, unemployed, schizophrenic behavior. Those are the conversations I'm having, and those are the conversations that my community has with them in my Discord. We're not endorsing them. We're not swallowing their psychological operation bullshit.
Okay. Now, not trying to be aggressive, etc. I understand that Doobie's in your... Is Doobie in your Discord a lot, talking on voice chat for hours on end?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know.
Okay. So I will say that in my mind is a bit of a flaw in your logic there, because then you don't know how often he's in there doing gay ops or whatever without having pushback. And I think that's Steven's biggest issue, is that he is in Discord communities and he's in there basically getting the microphone and cultivating like I'm going to get 10 people in a room and I'm going to talk shit on something, and eventually people are going to start agreeing because I'm just giving it to them constantly, right? Does that make sense to you? Have you ever heard of the elevator experiment, where you get in an elevator and everybody's turned the other way, so like somebody turns to conform?
No, but it makes sense.
Okay, so that's kind of what I'm saying there. Is Doobie is probably in your Discord server. He is talking to people. He's bringing other people in there, would be my guess. Again, I don't have proof of this. He's bringing other people in there to agree with him. And then people are like, oh, okay, these two are agreeing. I hear what they're saying. And they're getting like mind fucked over it because there isn't sufficient pushback. See, I'm speaking for Steve here. I don't think he has a problem with you doing pushback or talking to Doobie or talking to JSuck on your stream. The issue is that the unfiltered access to your communities to be able to do it behind the scene without any pushback.
Okay. I think that we would need, so basically, once again, let's pretend that I'm the mayor of a South Vietnamese village, and you're telling me that I'm saying I got 2 Vietnamese Viet Cong sympathizers. You're saying walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, they're Viet Cong. What I'm saying is, number one, let's just say that I am a obstinate and intransigent person sometimes, and I don't like threats, implicit or otherwise. And so my instinct when I'm told, hey, do this or else, my typical answer is give me evidence or fucking make me. And so,
100%. Yeah.
Right. So that's the thing. So with Officer Nasty, I know you're saying that you don't have evidence.
I've never heard of the guy.
I'm just telling you, before he's banned from my chat or banned from my Discord, I'm gonna need evidence that he's basically Viet Cong. We should probably talk about where the line is in a second between a Viet Cong sympathizer and Viet Cong. And then for Doobie as well, you guys say that you have the evidence. You say that he's VC. He walks like a duck. He talks like a duck. He is a duck. I need evidence before I say.
Okay, I'm sure that Steve can send you that.
No, I'm gonna help you excise this guy from my community.
The problem is that, again, I don't have evidence of this, and it seemed like you don't know how often Doobie is in your Discord. So I'm only going with like my example. My example would be Wick's Discord, right? In Wick's Discord, Steve was in there.
Can I give you this information real quick? I know for a fact that the flock, because I see it popping off all the time, I know for a fact that the flock on Wick's server is probably one of the most popular communicative spaces in Twitch and YouTube politics. It seems like it's always active. It seems like there's always people in text, always people in VC. And so I don't know what's going on there. But I would say my Discord is 1,000 people. There's maybe 2 or 3 people in VC at any given time. And I don't even think that's true a majority of the time. Most of the people are in text. And then also Fellrunner, who's my chief mod, and Taze, who's my former chief mod and editor, fucking hate Doobie. He is not.
Okay.
He is not going anywhere that I know of, and I would need evidence to the contrary. He is not going anywhere in my community unchallenged.
What 100%? I hear what you're saying there, and if that's true, then I don't think that you would fall into Steve's like giga ban. I think his issue is when people are holding like Viet Cong fucking rallies in the village and it's being unchecked. So I'm gonna just do my quick thing. So an example of Doobie doing this.
Sorry, that's fair, and I agree with you. If VC sympathizers were holding VC rallies in my Discord, then I would 100% excise them from the community. That's something that I can agree to before
let's
I
go
even
a step
see
further
the evidence. Sorry for interrupting.
They are doing this in Wick's Discord. Destiny was in there. He joined. Doobie and him had like a 70-minute debate. And during that debate, Steve asked Wick's Discord. He said, "Hey, how often are you guys seeing Wick in here?" Or sorry, not Wick. Doobie in here for hours at a time talking about me. And there was like an up or a down vote if you've seen it for hours at a time, right? There were like 50 people who did an up vote. And there was like 4 people who did down vote. So let's say half of those people are DGGers just fucking around. That still means that there's 20 people who are in Discord seeing this guy in there for 4 hours at a time holding fucking Viet Cong rallies against Steven.
Sure. No, I not only do I accept this framing, I understand the logic of it, and I would be against it. So if that's a differentiation that we can make, where effectively I have a Viet Cong proselytizer, a Viet Cong propagandist. I got one big one and I got one small one in my community, but they're not allowed to hold rallies within my community. That is something that I can easily agree to. I think
so. Let's move it a little bit further.
Sure.
This guy is holding rallies in other communities. It's been proven, specifically for Doobie. Do you want the chance of him being able to hold rallies in yours? The
well,
answer
if he holds
here
rallies
can be
in mine,
no
he's
or
gone.
yes. But if he holds rallies, yes.
Yes.
If he doesn't hold rallies in yours, then you find that to be okay.
Yes.
Okay. I would disagree with you, but I understand why you could go to the opinion of it would be okay.
That's more of like an American free speech, freedom of conscience thing. That I don't want people to be schizophrenic or antisocial. That I try to, literally the name Girl Hottest is implying being radically normal. We're trying to be radical about being fucking able to grill. So basically by policing schizophrenic antisocial behavior, it has a correlated but not intended effect of either putting snarkers on blast or not having any snarkers at all. And so I feel like we're not trying to target VC. What we're trying to do is we're trying to like target like the asymmetric warfare. And so by prohibiting asymmetric warfare against Destiny and DGG, we've accidentally prohibited VC, right? But it's not the concept that I think that hating Destiny should be like a punishable, disassociative fucking thought crime. It's the fact that I'm prohibiting antisocial fucking schizoid POPs, POPs is personal identifiable information operations, since they want to fucking say, oh, we're not doing gay ops because gay ops is this, and we're not doing doxing because doxing is this. I added POPs, and a lot of them are engaged in POPs. We don't do that shit at all.
Okay, so in your mind, if you're Laos and there's a Viet Cong and they are actively doing fucked up shit in Vietnam and they come over to Laos for a beer, you don't mind them coming to your bar?
They can come to my bar, but when the fucking American and South Vietnamese forces come to my town, I want them to shoot and kill. Well, number one, I want them to know proof positive that that person is Viet Cong.
Okay,
and
so
not
if you're a bartender and they're fighting, that's you want, when Americans come to your bar and the Viet Cong's there, you want them to have like a verbal disagreement inside the bar.
Well, ideally, I think we're getting a little lost in the metaphor, but hold on, because I think I can move it back to the metaphor. So let's say that you think that Doobie deserves a certain sanction for his behavior. Let's say that it's doxing, you want to dox him, You want to report him to his coworkers, employers, friends, family, whatever. That's what I would see as conducting digital warfare against Doobie. What I would ask of you as a let's say that I'm Laos, right? I appreciate that you know enough history in order to say Laos. So let's say that I'm Laos. When you kill or target a Viet Cong sympathizer in my bar, if you're going to kill them, number one, I would want you to know that they're Viet Cong. I wouldn't want you to kill Viet Cong sympathizers in my presence.
Sure, but we have proven that Doobie would be Viet Cong in this analogy, but yeah.
Sure. So number one, you would need to prove that they're Viet Cong. Number two, I would prefer it if you only targeted and attacked identified Viet Cong rather than people suspected of being Viet Cong. And this goes back to the counterinsurgency versus total warfare thing. Just as an example to bring this up, because I know DGG is probably going to watch this later. But like Esports Batman, do you think that Esports Batman deserved to be doxxed for giving legalistic feedback to J-Stock in J-Stock's war against Destiny?
I'm going to hit you with the undefeatable. I don't know why Destiny did, or I believe he did. I don't know why Destiny doxed Esports Batman. I would have to hear his rationale behind it. I think that there are absolutely reasons that someone could be doxed. I don't know why he did it. If he only did it because I will give you this, in the most good faith interpretation, if Esports Batman was just acting like a lawyer and just saying like, oh, here's what I think about the case, and then Steve went and doxed them, I don't think that he should have done that.
Yeah, but what if he's talking shit? What if he hates Steven?
I don't think that you should dox someone just because they dislike you.
Okay.
I think if someone is trying to ruin your life, then, well, now we could have a talk.
Well, based on the information that I've seen, I feel like DGG and Destiny are, in this analogy framework, attacking and killing digitally, of course. Nobody's actually getting killed. But they're attacking Viet Cong sympathizers, not just Viet Cong. And so for me, that's kind of where I'm going to go to the side and I'm going to say, hey, listen, I understand the war. I understand why it's happening. I understand why you guys are attacking each other. But for me, I would prefer you engage in, my criticism is going to be, I would prefer that you engage in counterinsurgent warfare rather than total warfare. And especially, let's say that I'm a involved country, but I haven't actually declared for like one side or the other because I'm Laos in this analogy. If you come into my country and you either want me to excise somebody from my community and or you want to digitally execute somebody with my blessing, then you need to prove to me that they're Viet Cong. And I get that it's a pain in the ass, but I feel like that's a principled stance.
Two things here, and I think this might make some sense. One, DGG is not doxing people. I am a moderator in DGG. If anybody has proof of someone doxing somebody, I'll permaban him. Simple as. Steven can do what he wants. It's his community, right? However, I'm going to hold DGG to a higher standard that I don't want them doing it. This is Steven's war, blah, blah, blah. Okay, there. Second off, if you're in a bar, so we're in Laos again.
Yeah.
If we're in a bar, if we're in your bar, and there's a suspected VC, and I'm an American soldier, and I come up to you and I say, well, this guy, I think he's a VC, so I'm just gonna leave. I don't want to be here. It's on the bartender then to choose to either A, let us leave, or ask the suspected VC to leave. I don't think it's on us to like prove to you that they are VC. We're allowed to take our business where we'd like to, which is then I'll go into the Steve thing. Like, he's technically allowed to like platform who he wants, and it's on you to decide if you want to allow it or not.
Sure. And what I'll say is that we've analogized this to a conflict because I do think that the snarkers are bored. I think they don't have anything else going on in their lives. I think they've whipped up a moral crusade where they can endlessly try to destroy Steven, and he deserves it. It's literally the Huxley quote, right? It's the Chud Logic Huxley quote. It's like have you heard that one before?
Not off the top of my head.
Well, it's good enough that I'm gonna pull it up for you just because I think it's a worthwhile quote to be aware of.
It's always good to learn quotes.
Give me a